Even when we write it down, we don't know what the fuck to do. Look, you even wrote down notes for Gone Home, and we don't know what the fuck to do. Look,
Hi, and welcome.
You know what my favorite about Gone Home is?
Like, he had to look at it because it's not really
The
that good.
character creator in Gone Home. That's my favorite part. And the Minutemen. Remember that part where Katie walks in?
To the Minutemen all fucking...
She steps out of her house for the first time in 200 years. 200 years. She walks out and she finds a poorly voice-acted black man. And he says, I'm the last of the Minutemen, even though there's 5 Minutemen right behind him. And then she kills a Deathclaw. And then she goes, where's my gay little sister? And that's the whole game. And then you find out your gay little sister's actually 60. And not gay, but a man. And she's a robot. But now she's little again. Hello.
You're tied to this place.
Katie, you're tied to this place, kid. That's her mom. That's how she knows so much. She's not on chem, she's just her mom.
That's why she's 60.
That's why she's 62. Everyone's 60. Because to cryostasis, you become 60. Everyone becomes 60. Science.
Oh, and I'm the type of guy who will never settle down. Where pretty girls are, well, you know that I'm around. I kiss them and I love them.
Hello. Welcome to Goodnight Channel. I'm PJ.
I'm Jake.
And we played Fallout 4.
We beat it.
We beat Fallout 4. We played, we beat it, we completed it. We didn't complete it. We beat it, though.
I like that every time we fucking start this, we always say we played when really we beat.
Well, we also played. We played and
We
beat.
played a lot of it.
We saw, we conquered. Game 4, get it? Like Fallout 4?
Oh my god.
Game Fallout 4.
We're so edgy.
52.
Fallout 4 of 52.
We're 4 52s into our thing.
Don't make that joke again.
Fine. We're Fallout 4 52s.
You can say it twice and different. It doesn't make it any less or more funny.
Released in 2015. Created by Bethesda ZeniMax Softwares.
Softworks.
Yeah, Softworks. Designed or spearheaded by Todd Howard, the one and only.
Christ himself.
It is a post-apocalyptic game. You shoot things and numbers raise. I don't have a computer in front of me, and I don't have a summary, so I'm just going off of nothing.
What do you mean nothing? You played the game. You know what it's about.
Okay. If we're going to go off of how I played the game, it's a post-apocalyptic RPG where you shoot things endlessly. The shooting never stops.
Let me just start things out with, I didn't want to buy this game.
How did you go into playing this game?
So, I knew that PJ here wouldn't be able to...
PJ won't be able to withhold himself because he's a crack addict.
Yeah. Alright, so, I didn't want to play this game. I saw the trailers, I saw all the stuff, and I went, no, that's not going to be for me. But I knew PJ was going to buy it. And thanks to Steam Share, I got to play it. What a bad idea, because I immediately bought the game because I couldn't play it while he was playing.
It was just that good.
Yeah, something about Bethesda RPGs, it scratches an itch. So I ended up buying a $60 game at launch.
Stupid.
Yeah, I don't normally do that when it's games I don't want. I can only make an analogy as if ZeniMax is a drug syndicate who its pusher is Bethesda, who they got you hooked on a series of RPGs back at like Morrowind. Bethesda got everybody hooked with Morrowind. I played Morrowind. I bought a new computer to play Morrowind. Like, that game was fucking nuts. The things you could do, making spells, combining things, whatever. With each release from Bethesda, it's like they're cutting their drug with flour every time, more and more. So eventually it's like 1% RPG.
99% bread.
Yeah, I mean, really, there's nothing there to really give you substance of that desire to play. Like, you get that initial feeling like, oh yeah, RPG, I'm going to do this is what I want. And then it's robbed from you with endless combat. and no storytelling and zero RPG elements because it's just a straight story.
So you went into this not thinking you were going to like it.
Yeah, weird.
But who knows how that ended up?
I didn't like it.
Who knows? This is the mystery.
Mystery of the Silver Shroud.
I went into it with no expectations. Probably in the negatives.
Yeah.
And it slowly built up.
I agree. It got me hooked because I bought the game.
You walk around, you do things. I guess from here on out, let's just talk about the game.
I mean, what else did we need to talk about?
Nothing. That, I guess. Just to know how to segue it.
Me neither.
All right. So the game opens up. Here, let me look at your Gone Home notes. The game opens up. You create your character, which is a lie.
Well,
But you create your character.
yeah.
Maybe something else happens. I don't remember anymore. The game opens up and you're making a character already with the most god-awful controls known to man.
With no sliders.
No sliders.
Just pick things and you'll get a character.
Yeah, to be fair, it's a little bit faster. Like when you're like clicking and dragging noses and like, oh, I want this little section to be like. I get where they're going. I don't know why the controls were so bad. This game was not made for mouse and keyboard.
No.
So I immediately switched to a controller.
Really?
I spent a lot of time. I spent probably 30 minutes making my character.
I took 2 seconds. I said, I'm just going to play this. I'm never going to see his face. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you are unlike any other Fallout game, I should say. You are living pre-war. So you open up the game. The intro is you make your character and then you walk around. You have a baby. Also, you have a baby. That's fine, I guess.
And a wife.
And a wife. Well, I didn't. I had a husband.
Oh,
Because I was
weird.
a girl. I was a lady.
I was a man.
Yeah. The game really changes based on if you're a man or a woman, let me tell you. Well, one thing changes. You get a better voice actor if you're a woman. So, whatever.
I'll give you credit there.
Yeah. You, I think, are in the army? Or maybe only the man is in the army. Whatever. It really doesn't matter at all.
No.
But there's a little backstory there.
Because it doesn't mean anything later.
No, it doesn't. Well, it's how you get onto Ironside ship. Whatever. Anyway.
I guess you must have been too if you got on the ship.
I don't think I was.
Okay, then it's this fucking hole in the story. Great, let's move on.
Anyway, I think it just says you're an American citizen so you can get on. But if you're a guy, it says you were in the army. But I might be wrong. Who knows, honestly? I don't even know if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah, fuck this game.
Yeah. So you start out pre-war. You have a husband or a wife. You have a little robot, a Mr. Handy. Everything's pristine. Nothing's exploded. There's Halloween decorations because it's a Halloween, maybe. Who knows? So it's very unlike any Fallout game. You have a little beginning story. A vault tech person comes to the door and he says, you got to go to the vault. Or do you want to go to a vault? I don't remember what he says. He says something about a vault. And he's in a yellow trench coat and a yellow hat. That'll be important later. Note it down if you're taking notes.
Write it in your copybook.
Write it in your Trapper Keeper. I don't know what a Trapper Keeper is. I'm too young.
I'm too young. You don't remember Trapper Keepers?
No.
All I've ever
8
had was
years
an
old.
iPad.
Yeah, exactly. All I've ever had was a PDA.
BDA? I think those are older than Trapper Keepers, to be honest.
Yeah, and then a bomb thing happens. And it's dumb and heavy-handed, but for a second I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen. But I was like, oh, that's scary, I guess. You feel the weight for a second of like, oh, the bombs are going to fall. And so you book it to the vault with your husband and baby, your husband, wife, and baby man.
Yeah.
Your baby's name is Sean. Your husband's name is Don't Give a Fuck.
Yeah.
Whatever you name your person, Codsworth says it twice. Codsworth is your robot. He says it twice, maybe.
Who cares?
Yeah, there was a really big deal before launch about, it'll say your name. Yeah, once. So, pointless.
Yeah. You know what's weird? If there's a character in the game that's named, you can't have it say that name. So people named Nick.
Oh, that makes sense.
But why?
Wait.
Why does that make sense?
So it's not confusing because they say your name so often. So it'll be really confusing.
Right? Because let me tell you, when I walked into a room and someone said Jake and that had nothing to do with me, I was like, whoa, someone knows my name? I got real excited. Yeah, I guess I would have been confused.
Yeah.
If I thought that this game said my name at some point.
More than just twice, and when Codsworth talks to you sometimes. Anyway, So you go to the vault. You look directly at a nuclear explosion, like you can when you're a human being. You look directly at a fucking explosion, and you go into the vault and you go into cryostasis.
Whoa!
Wow!
Spoilers.
You go into cryostasis.
I mean, how else would you make it 200 years into the future?
In the future, a man comes out. He comes over, and he opens up the cryopod, and he goes, "Give me that baby." And your husband goes, "All right, here you go." And he shoots him anyway for fun. He's like, "No, this is my baby." And then he shoots him. So now your husband or wife is shot.
Yeah, because this is getting really confusing because I played it the complete opposite.
Well, I mean, I don't know if just one gender is complete opposite. And it doesn't matter past this point anyway, because your husband and wife, dead. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
They're never in the story ever again, so who gives a shit? So you... Dead husband or wife. Baby, stoled.
Stoled.
Straight stoled. So now that your baby's gone, he looks at you and goes, "Oh, well, we have the baby, but we got the backup." And he looks at you. So whatever, you're the backup. Backup for what? You don't know. Backup. I still don't know, actually. So
I don't know either.
I played the game. I beat it.
We beat the game, yeah.
We both beat it. I don't really know what he's talking about. That's fine. It's whatever. So you, for some reason, are fine. All the other pods are dead. For some reason.
I think they tell you.
I don't care.
They don't need them.
They don't need them.
Why are we talking about that? We don't know that yet.
Well, whatever. All the other pod...
Everybody's dead.
You wake up,
Sorry.
everybody's dead. You get out of the pod. You walk around. If you come back to the vault later on, you'll still pretend like you just woke up. It's great. So you get out. You go up a lift, and oh no, the world is Fallout 4.
The fourth Fallout.
The fourth Fallout. So right away,
He gets up there and he goes, "Oh no, I'm in a Bethesda RPG."
Oh no, this really is a Fallout 4.
I thought I was in The Sims.
Damn.
Now I'm sad.
I gotta say, I think that the pre-war person is like, that's a really, I think it's a really good setup.
Yeah.
Nothing really happens with it. The few times that something does happen with that, they're some of my favorite parts of the whole game. Like, you being a pre-war person and knowing pre-war shit, and then you being in the Fallout universe is a really great setup. Like, right away, you have a reason why your character is a fish out of water, even though they really shouldn't be, like in New Vegas.
Yeah.
Like,
He had a brain injury.
I know. But, like, it's not nearly as dumb as that. Which, New Vegas has the better plot. Let me get that out of the way right away. And I don't want it to seem like I'm going to shit on New Vegas because I'm going to praise it a bunch. But it's a really good setup. It makes sense, especially if you wanted to go and say, I want to introduce a new generation of gamers to Fallout. The pre-war person, like the
concept of a pre-war man.
Yeah. It's a great way. Like, we already understand what it's like to be in pre-war, but we don't really understand what it's like to be in Fallout land. Like, it's smart, I think. I mean, it's fine, and again, it works really well when it's being utilized even a little tiny bit.
So, you wake up, you come out of the vault, and the first thing you're greeted with is Codsworth, who's still just hanging around this neighborhood that's been untouched for 200 years.
No, it's not. It was bombed. Oh, you mean like no one's living there, even though someone's living
raided
in
it.
Yeah.
No one's done anything with it. It's just sitting there. It looks like shit. Codsworth's alive. No one's broken him or killed him for parts. And he's like, "Hey, Mr. Jake, I know your name." And I go, "Yeah, you do, you fucking robot."
Yeah, like, you do. I can't wait for everyone else in this game to also know my name.
And he's like, Do you want me to walk around with you and go on an adventure? And I said, "No." And I walked away.
He doesn't offer that right away. You ask him, you say, "Hey, what happened? 200 years?" That's what happens. That's his whole character.
That's it.
And then he goes, "You should go over here in this general direction." I think he points you. He goes, "I think the people something Sean."
No, there's no way.
Sean.
We'll get to that, but no. Shut the fuck up. You're wrong. He says, I've heard of disturbances in that nearby town.
I feel a disturbance in the force.
Yeah, he's just like, go to the next town. I'm just a quest giver. You go to the next town. Along the way, you stop at the Red Rocket, where there's a dog.
Which is hilarious.
Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, I love it. So good. Good joke. Good job, game. You did it. You made a Fallout reference. There's no reference.
No.
I'm sorry. It was unclear in this joke that I made.
Yeah, it's okay.
Edit that out, please.
I'm not gonna.
I hate
It's gonna
you.
stay right there.
I'm gonna edit the episode in secret and upload it instead.
Secret edits.
All right. So anyway, you go to the next town. You get dog meat right away, and dog meat's, hey, I'm gonna be your friend. Why? Who knows? This dog just joins you, and you go to the town. You're in a town now, and then the sequence makes zero sense to me.
You get to the town.
Oh yeah, and then
There's raiders everywhere.
there's a couple raiders, and you kill them, and the Minutemen are there, and they go, hey,
the Minuteman.
the Minuteman says, you come up here, help me, and you go up there, and he's like, there's power armor on the roof.
No, okay, wait. You get in that building, and you get up, you kill the raiders. Also, you come out of a vault in cryostasis for 200 years. I'm pretty sure. The game only tells me 50 times that's 200 years. So who knows?
It was 200 years.
It's 200 years.
Yeah.
200.
It was only 200. Why do you keep implying it's more than that?
I'm not implying it. I'm implying that the game tells me constantly that it's 200.
It does.
I
wrote it on here. 200 years.
It's the only thing that it says on that. 200.
They said it constantly.
Anyway, so you go up, you kill this person who should be, atrophied, whatever. Like, when you come out of cryostasis, I assume you're not, the fittest you could possibly be in your life for 200 years.
I've watched a movie about this. Austin Powers.
Real.
And the worst that happens is you just gotta piss real bad.
Well, I don't even piss. I don't piss ever in this game.
Yeah, but I drink a lot of dirty water.
I don't ever. Anyway, regardless.
We've really derailed. I'm sorry.
So this person murders, 30 raiders. Probably 10 raiders instantaneously. You pick up a weapon and you start murdering the shit out of raiders. Like it's nothing. Which you could do, but the 5 people on the roof could not. Who are armed with laser muskets, which I used until the end of the game.
You are from another time, and you're thrown into this world. Literally 5 minutes ago, you watched the world end.
Yeah, that's true. In your time frame, 20 minutes ago, you were having a conversation with your husband and your baby, and you were saying, "Sean, baby,
Yes.
you're a baby."
Let's say an hour max.
Yeah.
This is what hurts me right away in this game is, in real time, from the start of this game to where I am, that amount of time has actually passed for this character. It's not like Fallout 3 where you grow up.
Yeah.
And you know things because you experience it, and your character goes from everyday America to the wasteland, and it's just like, I'm gonna kill these people.
The pacing for this section is so wrong.
Yeah.
It's incorrect in every sense of the word. You get up there, these 5 people, at least 2 of which are combat ready, could not fend off the raiders when you could. Fine, whatever. They then tell you, we're part of the Minutemen. Horrible things keep happening to us. There were barely any left. To which you go, whatever. Like, I don't fucking care. In fact, given the choice, I was a little bit of an asshole to them, because I can't be a total asshole, because there's only 4 choices, and they all mean yes constantly.
Yeah.
Sturgis, who's one of the Minutemen, goes, "Hey," in his weird accent, goes, "Hey, a vertibird crashed on the roof. Inside, a pristine..." Wait, why is there a vertibird on the roof? With Brotherhood power armor?
No, it's not Brotherhood.
Where did it come
It doesn't have
from?
Brotherhood painting on it.
So then where did it go?
'Cause
I don't
Brotherhood-
care anymore.
Brotherhood's post.
I know that, but like, why is there a vertibird? Why did he... Was it always there?
Yes, since the war.
Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't care. They didn't care, so I don't care either.
I'm just telling you, that's where it's from.
Okay. Anyway, so he goes, I assumed when he said it, I thought he meant like a vertebrate just crashed.
No, it's been there forever.
Oh, okay. Just an untouched...
There's flight logs and everything you can listen to.
Oh, are there actually?
Yeah, and they said, "Oh no,
We just crashed.
We just crashed. The bombs had dropped. All this stuff."
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Still stupid that there's just a power armor standing.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
Right
it's not
there.
Like in the... Anyway, so not but 10 minutes into the game proper, you now have a set of power armor and a minigun.
Yeah.
So you drop down from the roof. You then, in your fucking infinite ability to do everything. Also, I don't know why they send you. Preston is the leader of the Minutemen. He's the guy.
Only Minutemen. Yeah,
technically, he is the only. He's the Minuteman. He also has the worst voice actor on the planet, but that's a different story. There are a couple really bad voice actors in this game. He is one.
He is the one bad one.
No, he's really bad.
Everyone you meet at the beginning of this game have the worst voices.
I don't understand why.
Is this the game where at the beginning I said everybody they got to speak
yes,
with was
a
crackhead that they just picked up off the streets of Bethesda?
Like, Preston says everything. I am the last of the Minutemen. Like, he says everything so incorrect with the wrong inflections and it sounds so wrong. And later on, they get better voice actors, but they don't start with them. That's for fucking sure.
They had to save their money
for the beginning, I guess. Anyway,
because it's nothing there.
Preston could have easily gotten into this suit of power armor
and done the exact same thing we did.
Yeah, better probably because he actually has combat experience,
and he knows the wasteland. Like, he knows this town. He's been in it for more than 2 minutes.
Yeah. So for some reason, we are told to get into the power armor. So we get into the power armor with a minigun. We then kill 30 raiders and a fucking Deathclaw.
Yeah. That's the opening of the game.
It's so dumb. It makes no sense. So now you have power armor, and you can murder everything instantly. It feels so wrong. And then not only that, but you go back to the Minutemen, who are just talking about how they don't have any luck. You know, that they're scrounged for anything. They're going to have to go and hole up in this shitty town that you were just in.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have anything. All right, bye. They don't want their power armor back that they found and fixed. All you did was grab a fusion core.
Well, they don't give it back because he deems you the general.
No, that's not until you go back to Sanctuary.
Oh, he waits that long to tell you that?
Yes. Because I wasn't the general forever, remember? Because I just left them. You were like, what, you didn't keep talking to them? And I went, no. I didn't care about these people. Like I said, I was being sarcastic to them. Like, I didn't care.
That's true. I understand.
And so they let you keep this power armor instead of having a slight moment where they were like, hey, we really need that power armor, and you could have given it to them, which you would have gotten back in 2 minutes anyway. So there's not much of a risk.
Yeah.
But they could have said, hey, we really need that. You could have given it to them or kept it. You would have had a little tiny bit of a moral choice, but instead it's just dumb instead.
Yeah. Thank you. This is the thing. The opening of the game doesn't work. What they've presented so far with the 200-year time difference, all this stuff, like, it's sad that Fallout 3 has a better opening sequence, as much as I don't like it. Like, you get out of that vault, and the first thing you do is you walk to that town. I can't think of the name. Megaton. You walk to Megaton, and you talk to people, and you kind of learn about the wasteland, and you kind of understand that there are problems and what to expect out there. You're not just like, hey, I'm going to walk over here. I'm going to kill 30 people. No, you go to a town, you talk to the sheriff, you talk to all these different people, and you really get an understanding of what's going on, what the climate is. Now, you don't have to do that, but it's preferred, like, it's set up to let you do that. So, I mean, you should. Like, it's just instinctively you're going to make your way down a mountain into that town. Here, you make your way down, you go into a city full of raiders, and there's no reason why you should be fighting them. But other than, I guess, they're shooting you.
Yeah. Which they shoot you on sight.
Like everything else in this game.
Yes. Now, I gotta say, shooting feels much better. Right away. I do want to get that out of the way real quick. Because you do fight a couple mole rats in the beginning. I was surprised by how visceral they felt. Like, they came out of the ground and the noise was nice, and you shot them and it felt nice.
Yeah.
So there you go. I said a positive thing. So at this point...
The only positive thing to be said
No, because I'm going to have a really nice thing to say in a second. At this point, you are told to go to Diamond City. It's a mystery. You don't know anything about the Wasteland. You don't know what the cities are anymore. You don't realize that it's now what they mean by city is like 10 people in a circle, which is now common parlance for city. So you are given a quest marker very far away. So from this point on, Jake and I, well, not from this point on, until we get to Diamond City, and then they converge again, we have a little bit of a different story kind of going on.
Yeah,
like,
I was following a lot of this Minutemen stuff
mm-hmm.
and going on stupid Minutemen missions, which are all the exact same mission, every single one of them, to the point that they were giving them to me after I beat the game. I still have 2 missions, I think, for them. Like, stop giving me the same fucking mission. I'm very sad.
So he did those on the way to Diamond. What did you do on the way to Diamond City, though?
I did that.
Okay. So you did that on the way to Diamond City. I made a beeline because I didn't talk to the Minutemen people again.
Yeah.
Until way after. So I made a beeline to Diamond City. So I went through Lexington, which is where my hopes for the game got raised a lot. I started giving the game a lot of goodwill. Because right away, Lexington is a really big city. It feels big. You know, you walk by Lexington and you get a distress call from the Brotherhood, which is a mission that Jake didn't do until way, way later and for totally different reasons, which is cool. Yeah. Like, you get to do... I wanted to go to the police station to answer this distress call. Jake was going to the police station for a totally different reason.
Yeah, I had a quest that was bringing me there.
Which is cool. That's good.
Yeah.
So Lexington is this big city filled with ghouls. And the ghouls now actually feel like a threat. They feel fast. When you shoot them, their limbs fly off in a realistic manner, not like how everyone else's limbs just sever at the, thigh.
It's really cool because they're built kind of stronger, but if you just blow their legs off, you win. It's really cool.
Well, it is cool though. Like you aim for the legs, and then they'll still be alive sometimes. Like
but they're really slow. You stop them from barreling into you.
It's cool.
Constantly.
Like, it's a part of the game that, because I didn't realize how many there were. Because I was used to Fallout 3 and New Vegas, where there's ghouls. There's probably like 10, maybe like there's not going to be a lot.
No.
At most, there's going to be like 7 because this is an opening area. There were fucking 20 or something. It was insane, the amount that were there. It's crazy. Like, you walk in, and I ran by because I was like, oh, I can't deal with this many. I don't have that much ammo. And then just more of them kept waking up and coming to me, and I was like, oh, wow, this feels... For a second, I got really immersed in the game. And I got to the police station. I did some Brotherhood stuff, and I went, these characters are pretty cool. I like Paladin Dance. He's something about him. He's the first voice actor I ran into that I went, oh, this is a character, not a voice actor.
Yeah, he was really cool.
Yeah, he's fine. He's his thing, and that's fine.
Yeah, he was a cool guy. I really liked him. Everybody else in his team I didn't like, but whatever.
Oh, I like Scribe Halen. I even remember some of their names.
Yep, clearly. I forgot hers.
Yeah. Anyway.
But you also did a lot more Brotherhood stuff than
That's
I did.
That's true.
And by more, I mean you did one more thing than I did.
That's also true.
So I don't know why I said that.
So I did a bunch of that stuff. On my way from Lexington to Diamond City, I ran into something that Jake didn't, which is, and I think you probably still haven't, have you?
I don't know.
The synths.
Yeah, I beat this whole game without ever seeing a synth.
No. Fuck you. So this is the first time you meet something that talks about the overarching theme of the game, which is synth. I don't know what else the theme is other than synth.
I didn't see them until I went to that fort.
Oh, so you did see them.
When I got to the fort.
What fort?
The one with Kellogg.
Oh, no. I don't mean normal synths, not like the enemy. I mean, I ran into a guy with his same, like, his character model twice. So it was him.
Oh, I never saw
and
that.
He was, okay, yeah. So it was him, and he was talking to himself. Like, literally a character model of himself. And he has a shotgun to the other character's head, who is him. And he's saying, this guy's a fucking synth. He's trying to replace me. Which, later on, I don't understand how that fucking worked, because I don't know why he's here. But whatever, that's okay. So, he's like, oh, this guy's a synth, and then the guy on the ground goes, no, he's the synth. You got to believe me. To which my character said, I don't care. You guys figure it out. I don't care. I was trying to play the survivalist character who's only looking out for himself, kind of, which changed later on because I had to. I was forced to. So you kind of say, you guys, you figure it out yourselves. In which case, the guy with the shotgun blows the other guy's fucking head off, and the guy on the ground is a synth.
Yeah.
So that's your first kind of taste of what's going on, which you missed completely, so it doesn't matter.
It might not be the first thing that you get.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm sorry. That was the first thing I got.
Yeah. I mean, you had a completely different experience.
That's true. That's true.
Mine was much more boring.
Did you just do Minutemen stuff until you got there?
I mean, what else am I supposed to do? Because everything I ran into was just combat encounters with no real story.
Fair enough.
I was really bored. I was like, wow, this dropped so fast into... Like, I got to there was an airplane crash with a robot that shot me with a laser that insta-killed me, and I went, all right, I guess I'm not going there. So I never went back because I didn't care. So I did the Minutemen mission. So basically, like, you go... Preston's like, hey, can you help us build the Minutemen back up? And I go, yeah, sure, I can do that. That sounds like an easy quest. I'll do, like, one of these missions to build up the Minutemen and move on with my life. But apparently that's all he gives out are the same exact quest where you go to a little village... And by the little village, or sorry, these little farms and different things, they're like 1 or 2 people max. And you talk to them, and they go, we have problems with something nearby. AKA,
across the fucking map.
Well, yeah, these problems are monsters, you have to kill them. Or raiders, you have to kill them, whatever. And it starts out pretty normal. The first one was just a couple feet away from where they were. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll take care of that, done. And one was it took me to the Cortega factory, which is just south of Lexington. Somehow I didn't go through Lexington. I don't know if I bypassed it or...
You can go around it.
Yeah, and I think I might have because I just went looking at something else. I don't remember why I dodged it. But I didn't go into Lexington at all, so that's probably why I missed a lot of things you saw. And I fought a bunch of raiders for a while. And then I killed them, and it said, good job. And I went back, and the guy's like, thanks. And that's it. Like, that was the end of that quest. You could now build stuff at that site. I was like, well, that's kind of interesting, I guess. I can build stuff. And so I did that a couple of times, because I figured, oh, this will lead me around the map. I'll find things to do via these quests, because I'm going to knock this out, and I'll move on, because it's kind of probably main story related or something weird, because that's where you start the game. But no, none of these things are really important, and it's all the exact same quest. My favorite is once you do like 2 or 3 of these, you go to these people's little villages and they say, these people are going to be a problem soon, and I need you to go take care of them. And it's halfway, if not all the way across the map. And so you would walk to these places. They're saying there's a problem with ghouls, and they'd put a marker. So I walked from their farm to this ghoul camp, and in between were 4 raider groups and 2 super mutant camps. You're going to tell me that ghouls past those 6 groups are more important to be murdered than all of what I just went through to get to them? It's nonsense. Like, those missions...
It's good storytelling.
Yeah, those missions were entirely pointless because I never did anything with any of them. Beyond that, I met a drug dealer.
Who?
There was a diner. And
I went there too.
Yeah, and there was a drug dealer, and he says, yeah, I'm trying to sell these drugs. And this mom's like, I don't want him selling drugs. And I went, just pay him. And he did, and I was like, good, now I can get Kim's, and I can buy things from both these people, and there's no consequence to my actions.
It's never consequences to any of your actions.
And like the son, no consequences to him. He just sits there moping forever now.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything. Doesn't join Sanctuary to get better and improve his life. Like, doesn't do anything. Like, entirely pointless. Eventually, though, I made my way into Diamond City.
Well, before you get into Diamond City, you meet Piper, who is your first companion who's not an animal. I gotta say, I don't like her as a companion.
Yeah, because her mouth's in another realm.
Her mouth is in another realm. It's very, very true.
Even in the trailers, it's fucked up.
Incorrect. Yeah. Her voice actor, if you can separate the two, her voice actor, really good, I think.
It's hard to tell when you look at those lips moving into fucking the ether.
Yeah. But I gotta say, like, there wasn't a moment where I didn't think that she was Piper.
Yeah.
She was this character. So that's good. That's good. See, I have lots of good things to say.
2 things out of 60 hours.
You meet Piper, who's a reporter, and she's feisty, I guess, is her character. I think that's her only
She's
character.
trying to find the truth.
She's trying to find the truth, and she'll do anything to get it.
Just the truth. I mean, even if that truth kills people, I guess.
Yeah, she runs a newspaper that, in the beginning of the game, is framed as, hey, you read this newspaper, and synths are evil. Murder all synths. Become racist against synths. And I thought, oh, this is my companion. She's probably going to have a character arc where she goes, oh, synths aren't evil. But that doesn't go anywhere. Did you have that feeling when you came into Diamond City? That was going to be a thing?
Yeah, and I got her conclusion.
Oh. What's her conclusion? That she loves you? And
No.
you have sex with her? Because that was my conclusion.
No. We dealt with the mayor.
Yeah, but she's still writing a paper that is just fear-mongering.
Yeah, she was right. The mayor was a synth.
Yeah, but...
So everything she said was true, and then synths are evil because he's the worst mayor ever. Remember how he's evil?
Yeah, but Nick says... when you go to Diamond City...
really jumping around there. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You go to Diamond City.
You find your first companion, Piper.
Piper.
And she says, go find another companion who's better.
Yeah. go find a person who you're instantly going to replace me with, because he actually has a very good voice actor.
And a story.
And his model's only a little bit fucked up.
And his story sucks, too.
But whatever. So you go to a unfinished vault. You murder more people. I'm not even going to say that anymore. Anytime I talk about a quest, just assume you murder a bunch of people.
Well, why is it unfinished?
The vault's unfinished. Remember?
No? I just thought it built it in a different place.
No, they built it in a sewer and then they didn't finish it.
In a subway.
Subway, and then they didn't finish it.
I don't remember.
Well, that's the story.
It seemed pretty finished when I walked around it.
Nope. They don't. It never got used.
Well, that's... Okay, whatever.
They built it in a subway supposedly
To save money.
No, not to save money, but to give union jobs. That's what the mafia ghouls say. Which also they remember this. I don't know why. I know. It's a thing later. We're gonna talk about it again. These fucking ghouls. Anyway,
I hate the ghouls in this game.
So you go to a subway. You go into an unfinished vault that actually kind of has an interesting story, but it doesn't matter because it's unfinished. So fuck you. They gathered up all the rich people in New York and put them in a vault, and then their overseer was going to be a hobo.
Yeah, that was the... Yeah.
I was like, that's funny.
Yeah.
That feels very Fallout-y.
Yeah.
Like Fallout 2 kind of deal. Like where it's goofy.
Yes.
But that doesn't matter because it doesn't happen. So, fuck you. Again.
They I was so disappointed because you get the interview tapes for the interviewees, like...
Mm-hmm.
And it's all these people that are really preppy and good at being leaders. And I was like, fuck, I want to hear the interview of the shit people. That sounds way funnier. But no, I didn't get any of those. I don't know if they exist.
They probably
don't.
do. No, yeah, they probably don't.
I'm not even going to get my hopes up to find something like that.
So, before I get too much... You go to the end and you save a person named Nick Valentine. He's a detective. Now, before I go any further...
He's cool.
He is very cool. Before I go any further, when you're given this quest, there is no reason to assume his identity is anything but a human.
Well, that's because Diamond City hates synths, and you actually watch a
Diamond?
synth get murdered.
Diamond City hates synths. It's the only thing you know about this fucking city. You walk in, someone gets their fucking head exploded because they're a synth. It is one step away from lynch mob. So anyway, you get there and you walk in, you mosey on in to this where Nick is, and his skin's all torn up and dirtied, and he's a synth, and he talks to you like normal. And I went, oh shit, he doesn't realize he's a synth. This was my first thought when I went into him and I talked to him. My very, very first thought was, he doesn't know he's a synth.
Yeah, or he didn't know, and like the mafia's been torturing him.
Yeah, exactly. So his synth skin's all destroyed. That's what I thought had happened.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
But because he doesn't say anything, and I was like, oh shit.
Because how wouldn't he know when his hand's exposed?
Yeah, I didn't notice that when I talked to him the first time. Like,
yeah, I understand. But
so
I'm just saying in hindsight.
And then the conversation ends, and you act like nothing had just happened, and he acts like nothing had just happened, and Piper acts like nothing had just happened.
Oh, Piper was there for you. No,
Piper was there for me.
I said my dumb dog who just goes.
So I'm perplexed at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I leave, and I figure, okay, now we're out of the combat area. We solved the thing. We killed the mafia, Don. We're out of the combat area. Now he's going to realize he's a synth. No, he doesn't talk to me about it. And I'm getting increasingly confused. I go to Diamond City. I walk into his detective agency, and the door is set up so you don't see Nick right away. I think. I don't know. I didn't see him right away, so whatever. I could just hear him talking to his wife or assistant or something. Girlfriend, maybe. Who knows? Girlfriend? Person.
There's a lot of that in this game.
Yeah. People fuck robots a lot, including us. So anyway. And I go, oh shit, now she's going to realize he's a synth, and the mob's going to... No. Nobody says a fucking word about it. And I'm so confused. I know that there's a backstory, so don't talk to me and tell me, oh, there's a whole backstory why he's great. Nobody mentions it to me, and my character doesn't seem to give a single shit. So it's very confusing.
Yeah.
So that's Nick. He's also a really cool detective man with a really good voice actor.
Yeah, until you do his quest line.
We'll get to this quest line.
Why can't we talk about his quest right now? Knock it out.
We'll get to it.
All right.
Right now.
You can always move it if you want. If you don't want it here.
I'm not gonna move shit. You talk about his quest line right now.
I'm just gonna be real fast. So, I made because he became my companion right then and there.
Because he's cool, actually.
Yeah, and so I got rid of dog meat. I said, "Fuck off, dog meat. I want this cool detective who looks like shit to walk around with me. Cool voice actor." So eventually, this guy will go, "Hey, I got all these problems with my past. I need to work them out." So he says, he got his memories put into him from a detective before the war. It suddenly doesn't make sense to me.
No, I was going to say the same thing just now, but I'm going to let it slide. I'm sure there's a reason somewhere, but it doesn't make sense to me, so whatever.
Yeah, so he has this memory of a detective from pre-war, and the detective remembers there being this mafia boss who built a shelter and gave himself radiation treatments to live forever, a.k.a. become a ghoul.
Yep.
And I'm like, how did they know about ghoul technology before the war? Like, how much radiation testing were they doing?
To mafia bosses.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I could understand, like, scientists or something. Like,
so
why does this mafia boss know this shit?
So there's these evidence nodes. You have to go to every police station in the game and pick up these evidence tapes. And in the tapes, So Nick remembers that there was a mafia boss, this whole case he never got solved. So he remembers there was a bunch of evidence tapes. So he says, let's go to a couple of these evidence terminals and all these different police stations and get the tapes. And in each tape, there'll be a number. And you put the numbers in order. And you get the password to open up the vault. And I said, perfect. I can do all this. This sounds great. So I go through all of this trouble. I get all these tapes. Again, another quest where I go into random combat zones to really no end. It's all pointless. So I've done 2 quests where I go to like over 10 locations pointlessly. I finally get all the tapes and I listen to them. And PJ can attest to this. I wrote down all the numbers.
He did. It's true.
I listened to one. I wrote down the numbers. Like, oh, this feels really good. Like, I really like doing things like that. Like, figure things out. Because I'm like, oh, there's a puzzle here. So I figured it out. And I talked to Nick, and Nick says, yeah, oh yeah, it sounds like it's this number. And he says it, and I'm like, oh. So everything I just did was pointless.
I love it. When you told me that, I was so happy. Like, you took the time to treat it with some kind of respect. You gave the game a chance.
I did. This is when it started to break me.
Immediately shat on you.
Yeah.
It was like, you wrote down numbers, wasted ink, retard. Here you go, bam. You're too dumb for this shit.
I didn't have to listen to those tapes, and none of those tapes are in any way relevant to anything because they're all pre-war tapes. So it's not like they mean anything, and I just felt so defeated in that moment. And then you go do this quest, and you walk into you go through a subway or whatever, and you get to the vault, you open it up, it's just a door, and it's just a room, and he's in there, and he goes, all right, robot man, what's up with you? And he's like, I'm Nick Valentine. And the guy's like, no, you're not, you're a robot man. And he goes, yeah, whatever. And then you kill this guy. And that's it. And Nick goes, yeah, I don't really feel any better about all of this. And then that's it. You're done. You get a perk and you move on. And I went, why the fuck?
10 out of 10.
Yeah, IGN, 10 out of 10. So that's Nick's entire quest line. I'm sorry if you like that character, but he's fucking pointless.
I like his character. His
quest
line just sounds dumb.
He's fine. It's just his quest of being a pre-war man that no one else remembers. That's the other big thing that I don't get is how do people not remember there being... Like, how do ghouls who were around not remember this detective who seemed like he was doing a lot of things?
No, that's... I don't... Can you name the detective here?
No, but...
Like, that's
I feel like stuff that his name would have been in the news.
Yeah, but I wouldn't remember... I don't remember... 200 years from now, you remember who Ted Cruz is? His name's in the news.
Who's Ted Cruz?
Exactly. Fuck you.
Like, fair enough.
That's fine to me. Like, I don't mind that shit. The other cool stuff is
Yeah, we'll get to that.
dumb, but yeah. So, you get Nick, who is a synth and nobody gives a shit in this town that hates synths. I understand there's a backstory. Once again, it's still dumb.
Which we didn't talk about, still.
I'm sorry. Nick saved the kid, and so everyone loves him. The end.
Great.
Happy?
But I just don't understand that. Oh yeah, that's redeemable in Diamond City's eyes. Whereas, no, we're just gonna blow off everyone else's head without questions.
Blow off that guy's head.
I don't even think he's a synth, honestly.
No, he's a synth. He's a synth. I checked. He died, and I went, money.
And XP.
And I just took all this stuff, and I went, all right.
You left this naked body right in the middle of the city.
Yep.
Thankfully, they cleaned those bodies up in this game.
Weirdly.
Yeah. Sometimes
We'll get to that. We'll get to dead bodies that they don't clean up in this game. So, Nick Valentine then helps you to figure out where the man who took your baby is.
Oh my God.
So, takes a baby. Yeah. So he takes the baby. The man who took the baby. You're gonna go take his life for taking your baby.
He used to live in Diamond City.
He used to. He didn't used to live there. He lived there for like a minute. He rented out a shack, the only shack that's rentable because everyone else has a fucking house. He rented out a shack and then.
It sounded like he lived there for like a couple months.
Maybe he lived there for. I don't know. And
Okay.
most importantly, I don't care.
All right. Well, we're talking about Kellogg for anyone who's wondering.
Yes. Well, wait. We don't know. We don't know. Oh, we do know his name.
Yeah, we do.
Nick goes. His name's Kellogg.
Yeah, he sounds like Kellogg, the guy I did in case about already a couple times. I don't know.
Yeah.
He seems to know who he is.
You're like, yeah, he sounded gravelly, and he has Scar, and Nick's like, sounds like Kellogg, and I was like, yeah, sounds like him.
Yeah, I love cereal.
Yeah. So you go steal the key from the mayor, because whatever.
Yeah, I just got it from the secretary. I talked to her.
Oh, okay. You get the key from the mayor's office in one of 3 mildly different ways.
Though they have 4 keys to his house, but we'll get to that. Or not. I don't really care. I fucking hate
I don't
this
even
game.
care about these keys anymore. So you go, you get the keys, you go into the house. Nick's like, you should go get dog meat, which you've never seen dog meat, but that's okay. It's explained away.
I think I still had dog meat by this point.
If you don't have dog meat, Nick says, first of all, there's been a little bit of confusion. I've noticed a couple people say things like, how come Nick knows who dog meat is? If you have never met dog meat, which is possible, you could have just gone around him, technically. If you've never met dog meat, Nick says he uses dog meat for a lot of his cases. So Nick and dog meat know each other. Did I blow your mind?
Yeah, I'm sitting here in shock and awe.
I know.
It's
So
the
Nick,
stupidest fucking
Nick
thing
and
I've
this
ever heard.
random dog
That hangs out by Sanctuary, a town that is untouched still, but yet he knows about that dog that's all the way over there.
So he knows about dog meat. He has you go get him if you don't have him already. Anyway, you bring dog meat. You smell a cigar, and you go on your merry way. You go through the wasteland. You find Kellogg in a factory. There's a bunch of robot people.
You find cigars that are like still
Everywhere,
lit.
yeah.
They're smoking. Like, this happened 15 minutes ago.
Well, once you start going out on the trail, you're like right behind him, I think.
But it seemed like he was gone for a while.
Well, in his house, it's not. I think you actually get a beer or something first. It's like a special one. I don't know.
You're right, but whatever.
Like, yeah, it's dumb, but I understand. Like, I understand. Like, we have to give the player a little bit of a visual representation.
Sure.
There you go. It's dumb, but it's fine in my mind, in my eyes, in my mind's eye.
So we follow this guy to an army base.
Yes.
The entire illusion of this base was lost on me because I'd already been there.
Yeah. I like that too. I had never been there.
That happens a lot in this game where you go to places twice for different things,
Mm-hmm.
and the entire illusion of this game is completely just shut
Broken.
down. Yeah, you're like, I already been here, and it was cleared like 10 minutes ago. Why am I doing it again? And now there's
a million cents.
Yeah. Like, I went there, and there were scents, and I was like, well, that's a really weird way to introduce these people. And then I don't even remember why I was going there. Like, I do know why. But I won't talk about it.
Okay. Well, what
Sorry.
is it? It's okay.
It's that pirate ship.
Oh. There's a couple really cool. There's a couple.
Yeah, I want to talk about some side quests later.
There's not a couple. There's like two good side quests.
Yeah, that's one.
That's one of them. And it's not actually good. It's just great.
It's just interesting.
It's just funny. It's not good. Anyway,
Yeah, it's not the
you
same
probably
as
already
everything.
know what we're talking about if you played the game.
Yeah.
So you go, you find him. Since they're cool, I'm gonna say that right now.
They look really cool.
They look really good. The damage model on them looks really good.
Yeah.
When you kill synths next to humans, you have to wonder why they did this. Because the synths get their arms shot off, they get their legs shot off, parts of their face gets ripped off. Like, it looks really good.
Yeah.
And realistic looking almost. And then people just have their head, you shoot them in the head, and their head just pops off like a Barbie doll and floats in the air and
Yeah.
comes down.
Never is there facial damage.
It looks like such shit. It looks like such shit comparatively to the synths.
And I really
Not
wish-
even comparatively. It looks like shit in general, but when you see what they could have done with the synths and the ghouls,
Yeah.
and then you have the normal... Anyway, you go through this factory, you blow up a bunch of robots. You get to Kellogg, and he goes, "You found me." And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Your kid's 10. And I go, "Yeah, I guess." Okay, that doesn't really affect me. But he goes, "Your kid's 10, not 1. I don't know, it's a twist. They play it off like a twist, so it's a twist. He's 10. You're sitting there with your fucking mouth open?
Because I remember this, but it makes no sense now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. What Kellogg tells you, your son is 10. Later on, you'll realize, what?
Yeah.
Why did he tell me this? What is their plan?
I kind of want to go back to my footage and watch that because that sounds fucking stupid.
I'm pretty sure that's someone tells you your son is now 10, and you go, 10?
Yeah, I thought he was 10
200?
for so long. I don't know why.
So Kellogg then goes, "But I'm gonna kill you." And you go, "Not if I kill you first."
So you kill him.
You kill him. You shoot his head right off.
I guess. I mean, what if you just shot him right in his legs and not his head one time? Doesn't matter, but you still find something in his head.
That's true. You walk up to him, and to be fair, I don't know what happens if you don't do this. So, whatever. I walked up to him, and I saw brain parts, and I just took them. Because I take everything.
Well, anything that's unique, like, I don't know what a brain part is. Actually, here's the thing. At that point, I thought, oh, cool. There's going to be a point in this game where I'm going to get cyber enhancements.
Yeah. Well, because I thought they stole that from Project Nevada, like they stole everything else.
Yeah.
Like because they took the sprinting, the grenade hotkey, all that stuff from Project Nevada. So I just assumed
cybernetic enhancements,
which
perfect,
are from that mod,
which would make sense for what this game is talking about.
Exactly, like
because you're a robot.
You're not a robot.
You're not a robot.
Maybe you're a robot. We'll find out in the DLC.
Well, oh, yeah, great.
If this podcast doesn't come out until the DLC.
Yeah, you find a brain thing. You just take it. You reach into this man's head and take out this thing that was in his head. Why? Who knows? You just did it.
Yeah, you just do it. You walk outside, a big blimp goes by, and you go, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, oh, what? Oh, and I watch a vertibird do something.
Shit.
It doesn't know how to fucking detach and fly. It looks so bad. The modeling for that is horrible looking.
So then you take it to the memory den.
Yeah.
Which is a magical place.
Nick is just like, hey, coincidentally, there's this great place.
Yeah, coincidentally, there's a thing that makes no fucking sense, even a little tiny bit, because we're in magic Fallout Land. Not science Fallout Land, magic Fallout Land. So you go and do brain magic on this brain.
Magic brain thing.
So you go to the magic brain den.
Magic brain den. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Where they take your memories and they let you relive them with magic. Because there's no other explanation, and you're not going to convince me otherwise. Because it makes literally no sense, and that's fine. That's fine that things don't make sense. I don't even care anymore.
You get inside a pod?
At this point, just so you know, I'm still on board. I'm still on board with the game at this point.
Yeah, I think I was too.
It's only looking back in retrospect that I think these sections are stupid. Even the dumb fucking brain magic. I was like, okay, fine. It's fine. I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm still with you. Let's do it.
This part, I wrote down a show note because this is how bad it is. You get to this part, and you're going to look at people's memories. You can somehow in Fallout 4, you can just relive your past memories. And so you got this chip, and they go, oh, perfect. You can just put this inside of Nick. It's just compatible. Something that was inside a human head will fit right into his cyber head.
Well, he was a cyborg.
Barely. Different.
You don't know that.
Nick's is a robot.
Nick is a synth, but he's like a second or third gen synth. He's not the new synth.
Yeah, so let me just point, if you look at his model, he's clearly just a wireframe robot.
Yeah.
With no brain.
Yeah.
So this piece that came out of a human brain
well,
and she just says, click, and it goes right into his head. And he goes, oh, thanks.
Well, that's
plot development.
Suspension of disbelief. Like, I assume that off camera she did a thing and turned it into data. Again, I was on board with the game. Like,
yeah.
I'm willing to suspend my disbelief.
So all that happens, she has you get inside the memory pod because you're going to live this memory.
Which immediately I went, oh, that mission from Fallout 3, and you're just going to repeat the exact same aesthetic. That's okay.
So this pod closes, and there's a TV screen, and I didn't look at this screen because all I could look at was the very bottom of the screen where there are buttons. And I wrote down show note because I'm going to put a picture of this fucking display. It is the worst modeled thing in the game. Because and it is only dumb because you fucking put it right in my fucking face. Why not make it look good? Like, you put it in front of my face. All the buttons are all the same color. None of them are labeled. None of them say, and they're all jagged polygons. Like, none of them make sense. And I'm just like, wow, this is really immersion breaking because you could have made this look really nice. Like the computers, have keyboards and stuff. But this single display that's inside of this fucking pod looks like shit. And it hurts me. So it kind of was like immersion breaking for me because it's like, why didn't they spend the time to do this for this essential quest?
Yeah. Story quest. You have to do it.
You have to. And why make it so ugly? It's got like Nintendo buttons, but they look worse than that. Like Chinese knockoff Nintendo buttons. Like, I don't know. I'm going to include a picture of it just so you can see how fucking bad it is.
So you relive these memories.
Yeah, I'm sorry for my
It's okay.
tangent.
It's okay.
I just get so mad thinking about it.
The memories look like the memories. I don't know if this is it's Bethesda's fault for sticking with Gamebryo. Let's not mince words. No matter what, it's their fault. I don't know if it's their fault for being lazy or if they were working with what they had, which they are lazy for using. It doesn't matter. In the end, the end result's the same. These memories look like shit. They look like someone's hammer. Like someone made a really cool free mod and had a moment where you went inside your brain. This is what it would look like, right? That's a fair assessment of it.
Yes.
With some voice acting, like it would have been a bad like half Russian accent type thing if it was in a Half-Life 2 mod. But
it looks good for a Half-Life 2 mod.
It looks great for a Half-Life 2 mod. I will say that it looks really good for a Half-Life 2 mod.
AAA RPG of the year looks like absolute dog shit.
When there's an effect that they do when you click on something or when you interact with something where everything freezes.
Including the dialogue you were just listening to.
Except for the ceiling fan, which continues.
I didn't notice that.
I noticed it. Every room that had ceiling fan, I was just like, take them out. If you can't make them pause, take them out.
You're going into this guy's memories. Why does he remember ceiling fans? Who cares?
Like, just, like, why don't, just little things, like, replay your thing and go, oh, you're right, the ceiling fan doesn't move. Can you guys fix that? Oh, it's gonna take too much time, Todd. We can't take it out. We can't make it stop, Todd.
Why are you giving so much credit to Todd for him saying...
Yeah, you're right. He probably went...
Yeah, leave him.
Leave him.
No one's going to notice.
Todd, it's only going to take me 5... Leave it. Leave it. Get out. So, you go through his memories, and you go, okay, let me just cut to the chase. They teleport. The Institute teleports. I'm done.
Thank you.
The Institute teleports, bam. So now you go, how do I figure out... I'm going to go through this really fast now. I don't care. I want to get to the glowing sea. The Institute can teleport. Someone goes, I don't know how to do this. I heard that there was... I don't know how they heard. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, who did they talk to?
Don't care.
They got that.
Don't care. My brain didn't care enough to remember, and I'm not going to care enough to try. Someone says, I think it's probably that doctor lady, who all scientists know each other. So they say, one of the Institute people ran. Oh, you know what? I think you hear it in the memory.
Yeah, I think it's the memory.
I don't know.
He gets the assassination note.
Yeah.
In the memory.
Yeah.
That's his latest memory.
So you go. You now know that they teleport in and out of the Institute. There's no door into the Institute, which there is. There's no door into the Institute because they teleport in and out of it. It all makes sense now. So you have to go and find a scientist who is going to tell you how to teleport. And you go, where's the scientist? Only one place makes sense. The Glowing Sea. Which is a really cool name.
Yeah, it made my mind's eye go, what the fuck?
I was on board.
Cool as hell.
I am on board still. I
Yeah.
am 2. I'm on board on the Fallout train still. It could be a good game as far as I'm concerned at this point. You go to the Glowing Sea. First of all, they go, you have 3 options. You can take a bunch of Rad-X, because it's irradiated to fuck. It looks great. I want to say that really quick. It looks great. The Glowing Sea, I think, legitimately looks really cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's a wasteland. As you get closer to it, the trees are more barren until they're just not there anymore. As you go closer and closer, the radiation effects in there, like, they don't make sense, but that's okay. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
They say, this man is hiding out there to escape from the Institute. Who would go get him? Because he's in the middle of the Glowing Sea. It's the perfect place. There's definitely not any settlements there that have just normal human beings in them. Because that'd be fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't make any sense.
None.
Absolutely no sense. So you have 3 choices. Power armor, hazmat, chems.
One of those should stick out more than the other.
Yeah, it said, go find a hazmat suit. Why? I already have power armor.
Go out of your way to find a suit that will do less for you than the power armor we straight gave you.
2 minutes into the game. Like,
what a good moment for the game to then give you power armor.
this would have been the great time to do it, yes. But
Yes, why it even makes sense that power armor shields you from this.
And it's like 4 quests into the main story.
It's not that far. Like, pace your game correctly. You don't have to give me... Just because you showed me power armor in the E3 trailer does not mean... I need power armor right here, right now.
But that's the big problem with Bethesda games is they make you a god
Instantly.
in the first 5 minutes. I mean, the first thing you do in Skyrim is kill a fucking dragon.
Yeah, which is great. Also, another great use of pacing in that game.
Yeah, make yourself feel like a god. Just go around killing dragons, these invincible monsters. Anyway, sorry.
It's okay. I understand.
You know what I'm saying? This is stupid. Everything they make is fucking horrible. So I really wish they just hired Obsidian to write this game. It would have saved.
It's not like the only good Bethesda game that they've made in the past couple of years is just an Obsidian game. Anyway, another.
Yeah, we'll have
I'll have plenty to talk about with that, and when we get there later about New Vegas.
Just know that we're like an hour in already.
That's okay. It's gonna be 10-hour long episode.
All right, so you get out to this fucking glowing sea. You pick one of your 3 options. Power armor. Why'd you pick another one?
Yeah, you pick one of your 3 options, and then you go. You ask yourself, did I pick the power armor? If you said no, you pick the power armor.
Because by this point, you probably picked up a bunch of power cores like I did. I had like 20 by this point.
Yeah.
I just find them. They're in random locations. You pick them up, and now you have a fucking thing. You have hundreds. I had so many, I didn't know what to do with them. And I never used my power armor because it was slow.
Me too. Never used my
And
power
if you
armor.
ran in it, you ran up your power core, so why bother? So
Yeah.
I just didn't use it. So I had tons of these things. So I was like, yeah, let's go out there. And you just go out there, and it's really cool because at this point, you're going off the map.
Which I thought was a neat little thing that I think they did in Fallout 3 anyway. But that's okay. It's still neat. Like, it makes you go, oh shit. For a second, the game mechanics, probably for I'm going to say the only time in this whole game, all the systems work together to create a story moment.
Yeah.
Where you go, I'm off the map. There is a bigger world out there. Like,
Yeah.
everything kind of comes together in one little instant where things make sense for 2 seconds before they fall apart. They've already fallen apart. You just haven't realized it yet.
Yeah.
At this point. Like, you're going out there in power armor in a wasteland. And what do you find?
The children of the atom.
Who look like normal-ass people.
They're just people. Well, they are just normal people. It's
Well,
not the-
they spent their whole lives in radiation. But this is the glowing sea. This is the end-all, be-all of radiation. And they're just chilling.
Just-
in a settlement
yeah,
that
have
they
their own
built.
Yeah.
And how hard is it to convince them to give you information on Virgil, the scientist you're looking for?
Takes 1 second.
You go, hey, do you know where this guy is? And they go,
Yeah, he's right over there.
yeah, he's in the cave. You go, okay.
Watch out, there's a death claw.
Watch out, there's a death claw. Yeah.
They might as well have said it because I figured there was going to be a boss in front of it.
Yeah. And while I was walking out to the sea, I had this thought. Who wants to get Virgil back? The Institute. What do the Institute send to get people? Robots. Does radiation do something to robots? No. Doesn't do shit to robots.
And we just point out, it also doesn't do anything to people unless you're the main character.
People. Not your companion. No one.
Just you. You're
Just
the only one affected by radiation.
So Virgil's hiding from who? The Institute? Because they can just send fucking robots. The glowing sea is literally nothing to the Institute because they have fucking robots who are unaffected. Who's he hiding out from? Even if the Institute said, "Oh no, we need to go in person for some reason," even though when you get there, Virgil goes, "Oh, I thought you were an Institute courser." He's also been hiding here for a while. It should also be, he's set up defenses. Like, a courser should have come instantly. If I know this, a courser knows this too. So coursers, by the way, are the Institute's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator robots that
Dress up like Neo.
That dress up like Neo and they look like shit. So he would a Courser, no problem getting to the glowing sea. And even if they had a fucking problem, there's power armor everywhere. Raiders have power armor. Anyone could get in fucking power armor and walk. The first Institute people you see have fucking hazmat suits on.
So what does the Institute do? They give a fucking... They give this fucking task to Kellogg, who fucks right off to his secret base.
They give it to Kellogg, who's a fucking person. They could have just given it to fucking robots.
They could have sent in a whole army of robots.
Just every
because no
robot.
one could stop them.
Exactly. Just teleport them. Also, okay, real quick. The game tells you for 2 seconds that they can only teleport into one spot, which I was okay with. They can teleport anywhere they fucking please.
I know.
So just teleport them into the glowing sea. Oh, we want to keep our thing a secret. Find an area where there's nothing there. Teleport 100 robots. No one's going to see. It's the glowing fucking sea. My note for the glowing sea says this. Where is it? Let's see. The glowing sea is so dumb, I can barely fucking comprehend it. Is what my exact note says for this part. This is where the game falls apart. And it never comes back together.
No.
It was already breaking. But it's all that, yeah, she takes the thing out and she puts it in his head. Suspension, I'm willing to give the game the benefit of the doubt if you're going to not treat me like a literal stupid person. And the game does this. And it makes no sense. So Virgil's a super mutant.
You get to this guy and he's a super mutant. He's got funny looking eyes. I don't know what's up with that.
He's got glasses. I kind of like him. I was like, you look dumb. That's okay.
And he's like, hey, how'd you get here? And you go, what do you mean? Anyone could get here.
How'd you get here?
Someone
told me.
Look at my partner who's with me, who's not wearing a radiation suit. I took Piper with me on purpose.
Just to see?
Yeah, because I watched you do it, or I vaguely knew, so I was like, oh, I'll just take Piper with me. Because you said you took Nick with you?
No, I took Kiri.
Kiri, yeah, who is also a robot. So I took Piper, who I knew was a human. And I was just so defeated. I was like, what's the point of this?
Yeah, she should have said, no, I can't do that. And
she should have stopped and just not came with me, which they do tons of times. I've seen my NPCs not follow me to things. I don't know if that's a bug.
It's a bug.
Oh,
they follow me everywhere.
Because I did some quests and my partners wouldn't come with me, and I went, "Oh, okay, I guess I'm doing this one alone."
Bye.
So I just thought, this is, I don't know. I didn't think I had the worst experience with this game humanly possible. The moment I bought it, after that, I should have just been like, "Yeah, I'll just play PJ's copy." But the moment I put money down, it just became a fucking suckhole. And I hated every second of it. I'm just kidding, not every second. There's some good moments.
No, there's good moments.
Very few and far between, sadly.
Yeah.
All right, so back to Virgil.
After Virgil, he goes, you got to get an Institute Courser thing.
I'm not going to tell you what to do unless you help me. And you go, yeah, whatever, I'll help you.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I helped him. It didn't matter. I helped him and he immediately said, fuck off. Anyway.
See, I didn't help him, so I don't know what he does, so I'll have to look that up.
He says, fuck off.
That's fantastic. What a great character.
He says, oh, this is amazing. And then his dialogue instantly changes and goes, fuck off. It's great.
Fuck off. Leave me out here to do this shit.
I think you should leave.
Is that really what he said?
Yeah.
No,
It's because of the sequence of events of how I gave it to him and when I spoke to him. So... he goes, you got to get a Courser thing from a Courser. They keep them in their heads. Make sure you don't blow up their heads. He doesn't say that, but he does say they keep them in their heads. You'd expect not to be able to blow up their head to get it.
Don't worry, you can blow up their heads.
Most likely before you do this, because he says you have to have someone analyze it. Now, both of us already had this part done just by walking around. But you have to meet a bunch of lovely people called the Railroad.
Yeah. Ooh.
The Railroad is a secret organization that uses a giant fucking red line that everybody knows about.
I mean, people talk about it.
People talk about it. It's how you do it. So people talk about it, so they know it exists. The Railroad is a secret organization that helps synths escape the Institute because they're just like people. They're literally indistinguishable from people. They even have blood and guts.
Yeah, nothing that makes them a robot. They're probably not even robots.
They're probably not even robots.
They're just the regular people.
It's like there's some kind of person's DNA. They have like cybernetic parts, I guess, but who cares?
Stupid.
But so they're helping these people. So you go, they're the good guys, like the Minutemen, who are also the good guys. This is kind of a problem with this game, is that there's the good guys and the bad guys.
Well, there's the good guys, the good guys, the good guys,
and the bad guys,
and the bad guys,
and the kind of dick guys who are still good guys.
Yeah.
So you follow this red line. You go into this church. You fight a bunch of ghouls.
Fight ghouls.
'Cause there has to be fighting. So you fight a bunch of ghouls. You spell out railroad in this fucking disc.
Oh yeah, that was really cool. That's the only part that's cool. I don't know how you know that though. Like I don't.
Because they're called the railroad, and you have to follow. You follow the Freedom Trail to find the railroad.
Yeah, but I don't know what told me to type in railroad.
I mean, to be fair, let's be fair here. I spun it and clicked it until I heard a noise, and it was R and then A, and I went railroad, and then I did the rest of it. To be perfectly fair, that's how I solved that puzzle.
Because there were numbers and things, and I could not figure it out for some. I was just like, I don't know what any of this means, and I didn't write any of it down. And thankfully, you told me because I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
Well, I mean, I found out the best possible way. I spun shit randomly.
You're like a real puzzle figure outer.
Yeah, real puzzle figure outer.
Not like me, who spent time putting in numbers on a piece of paper and it's pointless.
And got chat on, yeah.
So that's why I didn't care about this puzzle.
Yeah, for some
I
reason.
figured it was just going to let me in. They're going to go, what's the password? And I go, I could pick from 4 choices. This one, done. All right, let's do it.
Pick from 4 choices.
Is my Geiger counter
Yes,
working?
yes, and yes.
Yeah.
So you go into the railroad. They're great. They're great.
What a cool group of people.
They are a DreamWorks movie character roster. There's the wacky scientist man. There's the no nonsense lady.
There's the begrudgingly friendly badass lady.
Yeah, there's everything. There's funny robot.
There's a scientist who's better than everyone.
It's got it all.
It really does. I've never even thought about it. It's got the little kid.
There's a little kid in the railroad?
Yeah, what's his name? Something Tom. No, not Tom. The other one.
Drummer Boy?
He's not a kid, but
Drummer Boy.
Drummer Boy. Yeah, see, that's why I thought he was. Who's like the newbie character? Like it has everything you want from a zany movie.
Yeah. It's great. It fits really well in this realistic universe.
Yeah, it's not like you'd ever want to kill them or anything.
Anyway, it does have one character that I'm okay with, Deacon, who is also a companion, thankfully, and who has a pretty good voice actor.
And he's
also
really cool. He's just an interesting character.
He's just a cool guy. Yeah, he's fun.
I really wish you dealt with him independently of this group before interacting with the group. Kind of like what you do with Brotherhood for a moment.
Yeah, well, because you talk to Dance. Yeah. Brotherhood is constructed as if it were part of a game, because it is. Like, it's clearly the most fleshed out area, because they just started by making Fallout 3 again, it seems.
So, you go into this place, the railroad, and you're greeted by these people, and they're just standing in a room. There's nothing in this room, but there's a bunch of these people just standing in here, and you're like, all right, this is kind of dumb. And this guy comes up to you, Deacon, and he's like, hey, at normal volume, with his boss right behind him, I bet I can get you into the railroad. Just do these things, and she'll be all right with it. I know. I'm like, why are you saying that so loudly? She's right there. She can hear you.
That's a thing with so many dialogue parts in this game, and it feels extra goofy because they seem to have tried to put extra effort into the dialogue and how it's framed with like camera angles and stuff, which just makes it goofier when someone does something like that.
I mean, I kind of miss the classic zoom of the face.
Yeah.
But like, man, it is painful when it doesn't work. Like this one, because it's like it'll stop on something for way too long.
Oh yeah,
and it just makes these really awkward silences. I'm like, man, this dialogue system. I wish my character was just silent and I clicked on text and I had more than 4 choices at any given time.
Well, I wish I had
more
more than,
yes.
Yeah, I wish I had more than no choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with someone and they were like, in one of the vaults, and they were like, if my fucking brother asks you for Jet, you tell him no. because he needs to get clean. I'm going to stop him. And if I hear anything bad about him, and if he says that you're selling him Jet, I'm going to be so pissed. Her brother is right behind her.
Right next to her.
Literally right next to her.
Because I had the same conversation.
And then I went from her, and then I talked to him, and the first thing he says is, do you have any Jet?
He doesn't give a shit. He's
as loud as he can. Like, he doesn't go, hey, can you walk over here for a second?
Yeah.
And, like, walk with you over, do you have any Jet? Like, do you have any Jet? And you can give it to him.
Yeah.
Right in front of him. Right in front of her. It doesn't matter.
Wish I did now. Like,
yeah.
But it happened too early for me to have lost my hope.
So you meet the railroad at this point, who are great, and I love them. I really, really love them. So you then have to go and get a courser thing, which is great. Just great.
Why did you have to meet the railroad?
You have to meet the railroad because you have to give the courser thing to Tinker Tom, and he goes, I got to hack into the net frame. Ding, 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 ding.
Why do you have to give it to Tinker Tom?
I don't know. What do you mean? I had to give it to Tinker Tom. Did you not?
You couldn't give it to Sturgis?
Who knows? I thought you had to give it to Tinker Tom.
I don't know. I'm just curious. Just why would they suddenly be... I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. I gave it to Tinker Tom, too.
Okay, yeah. We both gave it to Tinker Tom. If you can do anything else, mail us a letter at P.O. Box.
Yeah, perfect.
4111. I hate this fucking game.
Let's have a video game podcast and have a P.O. Box where we only accept letters, no emails.
So you go to a building and you find a signal that doesn't make any sense because every time the game says find this signal, it gives you a little status update in the top left-hand corner of the screen that only updates once every hour, it seems. Like, you walk around and it's like 5%. And then it updates and it's like 50%. And you're like, oh, I'm so close. And it's like 5%. Yeah. It's like, where am I going? I don't understand.
I walked into that building that was right there, the CIT.
Filled with super mutants.
And I went, this place is not right.
This place is suck.
I was so confused by that quest.
Well, and the beeping only gets a noticeable amount louder when you're like on top. You're like, yeah, I know. I see it. I got it. Like, so you go into this building filled with gunners, which is another thing I'll get to. There's a lot of...
I don't know. You got a lot of things you're going to get
to. There's a lot of footnotes here.
You're going to listen... I hope you listen to this, and you're like, I never got to that.
Me too. I know it's going to happen. So you get to the gunner. You get to this area, and there's a bunch of gunners inside.
I died a lot in this part.
You died a lot. I don't know what was going on with you.
The frame rates. I blame the frame rates.
Yeah, inside the frame rates are worse than the outside of buildings, and it's very confusing as to why that is. So you're walking up this thing, right? And it's nuts. Gunners running all over they're dead everywhere, scattered limbs, viscera. They're dead. They're dead, Jim.
They're fucking dead.
Every time you get up another flight of stairs, you watch them run over and try to shoot like 50 missiles at this thing. Everywhere you walk, like a physics object will sometimes fall from the ceiling that tells you things are blowing up, but we can only handle one physics. So one thing's gonna fall, and you're gonna deal with it. You go, oh, this is underwhelming, whatever. So you walk through this thing, fucking shit's blowing up constantly, and you get to the top, and you go, I'm gonna. This thing is scary. Now I didn't think this because I had already lost all hope in this game. So I'm walking up, going, I'm gonna 5-shot this thing max, which I did. Spoiler alert. I walk up there. I hadn't seen a courser yet. They look dumb as hell. And he goes, I need the password. And I walk in and he's like, you're not the password. And start shooting him.
Yeah.
And he turned invisible. And I went, okay. And I kept shooting him. And then he died. You had a very different scenario.
Yeah, I fought him in such a strange way, but I ran around the room. Like, I didn't interact with him right away. I just walked around the room and looked around, and I found a fat man. I was like, oh, cool, fat man. I'll just use that on him. Whatever, I don't care. And I found a bunch of stuff. I pickpocketed him at one point.
Oh, yeah, you almost took his stealth boys.
Yeah, I was doing such stupid shit with this character because he was killing me like fucking mad. I could not figure out what I was doing wrong. Yeah,
you didn't have an assault rifle.
I fat manned him and then I killed him and I went.
Right. Here, wait. The courser chips are in their head. What did you do to kill him again?
I hit him with a miniature nuclear missile.
And you just pick out the brain part. The railroad even says, I can't believe this is intact. To which you go, yeah, me fucking neither, lady.
It might be a little irradiated. Be careful. And by a little, I mean a lot. Holy shit. I targeted his head with the mini nuke. It was... Anyway.
And then you release a lady named Jenny into the wild. Maybe there's a mission with her.
You just open a door. She stays there. I bet I could go back there right now and she's still there.
Anyway, so now you have a thing. You go to the railroad and they go, good job with your thing. Build this thing.
You build a thing.
No. Here's the code. Here's the code for a thing. You go to Virgil, which you now just fast travel to.
Yeah, you don't even have to put on your power suit.
Yeah, you just walk right inside. So you go to Virgil and you go, here's the thing. And he goes, oh, cool, here's the thing. But this thing you can give to one of 3 factions.
Uh-oh.
You can give it to Sanctuary. You can give it to the Railroad. You can give it to the Brotherhood of Steel. This choice means nothing.
Nothing.
Don't
worry about it.
Don't even bother. Just build it at Sanctuary because it's way more simple. You don't have to fast travel that way. So,
yeah, and don't give it to anybody else. Just give it to Sturgis because otherwise you have to deal with extra bullshit.
Yeah. Jake gave it to the Railroad. And so the only difference there was that he had to fast travel back to the Railroad to talk to somebody one time. I gave it to Sanctuary. I didn't have to fast travel. I just talked to him.
Yeah, so save yourself the trouble if you've
just give it to Sanctuary.
If you've gotten this far in our podcast about completing a game.
Yeah.
And you haven't done it already, just give it to Sanctuary.
Yeah, because it's pointless otherwise.
All right, so then you got to build a bunch of stupid shit.
You build it. Good job.
And then done. Wow, great. This impossible technology that only the Institute could build.
You build out of fucking
junk,
stickle bricks, and semen. I don't know.
And then you turn it on and you go to the Institute. All right, now we're at the Institute.
Oh, my favorite part.
Yeah, let me tell you about my story, and then we'll just not talk about your version because
I like
who
your
cares?
Story a lot better.
Because you can tell me about it, but I want to tell mine first. So I got to the Institute and I went, oh, cool. I'm at the Institute. Right? This is really interesting. I didn't think the game was actually ever going to get here. And I'm walking down these hallways, and I'm being led by someone named Father because I have subtitles turned on, so I knew who it was. I'm really excited that I'm going to beat my dad right now. So,
Daddy.
And then I find out this whole time that I'm Sean.
I'm Sean. I've been Sean the whole time.
Jason. And anyway, so I get to this room, and there's a kid, and it's my son, and then he dies for a moment, and then...
No, Father comes in and he goes, I'm Father.
I'm Father.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and this man comes in who I don't recognize in the slightest. And he goes, I'm your son. And he's an old man. Let me correct. Let me pull back. There's a 7-year-old man who walks into this room, and he goes, yeah, I'm your son. And I go, what? This is so dumb. I don't believe this. And my character had no choice but to believe it.
Well, no, you
No, did I?
No, you have a choice to not believe it.
So I hit every choice to not believe it because I didn't. I was like, oh, this is bullshit. Whatever. This is just the Institute because my son's right there. He's just turned off.
He's just turned off.
Yeah, it's
like
fine.
Sons do.
Yeah, it's only been 10 years. It couldn't possibly be 70 years that have passed, right?
Your son is actually 10. Remember when Kellogg says that? Now go back, knowing now that your son is 70 or whatever.
He's not 70. He's 60.
He's 60 something. Yeah, whatever. 60 years have passed. So go back and know that. And Father, Sean wanted you to come to the Institute. He makes this clear. He wanted you to come to the Institute. In the Institute ending, he gives you the Institute. You become the head of the Institute with your brain that you could have one intelligence with.
Oh, I'm going to remember that.
So he wants you to come here. Kellogg tries to fucking murder you. A. B. He tells you your son is 10 years old for no reason.
Well, no. Stop. So hold on. We'll get back to that. So your son is 70 years old, 60 years old, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's inconsequential, honestly. So I talk to him and I go, you're wrong. I don't care. And as soon as it gives me back control of my character, I pull out a gun and I kill him. I just shoot him in the head and he goes down in one shot. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, he actually died. So I was like, oh, maybe I made the right choice here. I mean, Everyone who's essential doesn't die in this game, no matter what.
And everyone's essential.
So if you go into an area and you want to find out who's important, pull out your mini nuke, shoot it, go, oh, these people didn't die, they're important, reload the safe, now you know who to talk to. I mean, it's that stupid.
Pull out your mini nuke and cull the weak.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like this very strange moment in this game where suddenly a character is inconsequential. So I murdered him, and I walked into the room, and there was a robot, I killed him, and I went, all right, let's walk around this whole institute killing people because I'm in here. Like, what's stopping me? Because this guy just said he was the leader. He was calling himself father. He's not my dad.
My whole point is to destroy the Institute at this point. Like, they took my baby.
Yeah, and now he's turned off. I need to turn my son back on. I mean, how do they do that to a human being? That's really weird. And you go upstairs and you read a computer and it says that Kellogg is like 120 years old. And I'm like, what? How does this make any sense? The game completely breaks in this moment. This entire sequence destroys the game and all of its logic it had to this point.
Well, okay.
It wasn't holding together very well, but this is the straw that broke the camel's back.
It makes sense on the barest of minimum. Like, he has cyber parts, so he doesn't look like he's aged at all.
Cyber parts keep you from aging.
Apparently, but that's the problem with the game, is it just writes shit off. It's just like, yeah, he's got cyber parts. Don't think about it. So he's the same age. I don't know why I became from New York.
Yeah, why you got this voice?
But that's how it is.
All right,
Because I'm Todd Howard.
Todd Howard, that's how he talks.
I'm walking here.
You ever seen his E3 videos? That's how he talks.
Yeah, that's Fallout 4. Suck my dick. Jets.
Jets. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
You know, I'm just... It's part of the game. Just hurts me.
But like, it's one of those things where it's so that they can go, no, we told you, Kellogg's 120. It's fine. We said it in a shitty computer monitor. Like, no, that's not how storytelling works.
Yeah, why did you say your son's 10?
I don't know. Why is he leading around a even if he doesn't say that, why is he doing what he's doing? And if it's to lure you, why does he try to kill you?
But he's not trying to lure you. He's going after Virgil. So why does he care about you at all?
Why does he have the kid then?
Why does he just say, hey, whatever?
Why does he have the fucking kid?
Because they needed a dad that's not father. I don't know. That part makes no sense at all. This fucking game is horrible.
So Jake shoots the shit out of this man. This son man.
Son dad. I don't know. I kept calling him dad. I'm sorry. Maybe because his name's father. Why did they do that? You know they did that on purpose to make it fucking Fallout 3. You know it. That's why they did that. Because everything is got to be the same fucking story with them. God. They're like, oh, fuck. We fucked up. We reversed the roles. We got to make the dad the son.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah, I killed my son, dad. Son, dad. I don't know.
God.
And then I left to no consequence.
None.
As I'm leaving, there's robots, and they're just looking at me, and I go, yeah, I murdered my own son, dad. Who cares?
Yeah, fuck you, buddy.
They did. It's just so flat. It was the flattest thing ever, because I was expecting that this would be like the turning moment, like, oh, now the Institute's gonna like fall apart because there's no leader, or all these different things in story was gonna change. Nothing changes. My actions mean absolutely nothing in this game. If it doesn't tell the story that Bethesda has written, it doesn't matter. Like, if it doesn't get to the same... Like, I was hoping that the game would have ended. Yeah. Honestly. I was hoping to get credits right then and there. Like, you did it.
You took the madman route. You killed your real son, and you took your fake son, who you've thought your whole time was going to be this 10-year-old kid, who's now you realize is a robot. You took him...
Yeah.
And you're going to get the madman ending, where you took your kid and you lived out your life...
In the glowing sea.
Like, you don't give a shit anymore. Like, whatever, that's fine. You're allowed to have those things. It probably would have taken another intern like 2 seconds to do it.
Listen, you have the madman ending. So you take your son, you go to the glowing sea because you know synths don't go out there. They can't live out there. But you know that since your son's a companion now, he's
fine.
He's not going to die. So you just go live with the children of Adam. It's no big deal. And that's the end of the game.
Yeah.
Where you sit in power armor all the time.
Like, it's fine to have these bonus endings.
Have different endings, not one ending.
Oh, let's... Anyway.
Sorry.
So, or you become part of the... Or you have 3 options. Two of them are the same.
I don't know, because I killed my son.
I went to the Institute. I got up. I saw Sean. I went, you are Sean. Move on with the story, because I don't care anymore. And so he said, okay, you're part of the Institute. You get to walk around the Institute. The Institute's cool. It looks like a city. It looks like an area that people live in, which is nice for once in this whole fucking game. So you walk around. You got a vendor. You meet all the people. You meet a lady from Fallout 3 that I didn't remember. So you know, you're in the Institute. You get to talk to your son if you really want to. You don't want to, but you can if you want to. Your other option is to say, no, I don't believe you, and you get the exact same thing as you do with one minor difference right at the end. Because you just walk out. You go, I don't believe you, and you just walk out. Instead of, I don't believe you, and then shooting him, and then walking out. There's no difference up until one super minor thing, which is that he's fucking dead.
And naked if you're me, because I took his clothes.
Yeah, well,
which we'll come back to.
Yeah. The clothes come back. We don't have to come back to it. His clothes just respawn on his body the next time Jake sees him, which I don't think it's a big fucking spoiler to say, you go back to the Institute.
Why did his clothes come back?
Because no one cares and I don't either.
Yeah, they came in like, oh shit, he's not wearing any clothes. Let's put clothes on him. But leave him in the same dead spot.
So you go and this is my sequence of events. I'd like to preface this. I don't care how bad. I don't like Mass Effect 3. Throughout that whole game, I was Shepard. I was my Shepard. I inhabited that character as much as I could. I'm very, very, very good at even if I feel the game railroading me a little bit, which will be a pun later. Even if I feel the game railroading me a little tiny bit, I can reconcile it in my brain. You know, I say, yeah, it's fine. I can see how my character might think that, and I can usually influence the way they talk a little bit to match more what I would like them to be. So it's usually fine for me. Like, I'll finish an RPG and not be angry. That didn't happen here. So I do the Institute quests. They want me to pick up a synth. The first quest is they want you to go pick up a synth. You go pick up a synth. Good job. You come back. I'm sorry. There's a lot more to that quest. I don't give a shit anymore. The end product is you pick up a synth. So fuck you, I guess.
I don't remember that.
That's because you didn't do it, because it's an Institute quest.
Oh, I'm sorry. Institute. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the Brotherhood.
No.
My bad.
So the next one is we're going to go destroy Bunker Hill, which is used by the railroad, which I'm friends with right now. And so I go, oh, let me go warn them. Because it even comes up optional. Warn the railroad. So I can, maybe I don't completely agree with the Institute, but maybe, maybe I just don't think we should be murdering people straight up. But maybe I still kind of agree with their ideals, and I think they can do good. But I want to try to avoid as many casualties as I can. So I'd like to go to the railroad, warn them, so they can get the fuck out.
Yeah. And
then go back and be like, oh, sorry, there's no one here. I don't know why. That was my plan of action, at least, or to see if it would come anywhere close to that. So I go to the railroad, and I talk to Desdemona. She's the leader of the railroad. And she goes, why are you with the Minutemen? Which I went, what do you mean, first of all? Like, the Minutemen are the most good guys ever at this point in the game. Like,
they're inconsequential because the only people who know about them are farmers so remote and pointless, it doesn't matter. They're
inconsequential because there's two. You and Preston. And the random people who pick up guns sometimes. Like, they tell me, you're with the Minutemen. They hate synths. To which I was like, what? No, they don't. Like, I'm the general of the Minutemen. Why wouldn't you want me on your side?
I have synths in my army.
I have a synth walking with me right now. Also, anyway, regardless. Point is, she said, join the railroad. Abandon the Minutemen. And I went, no. And she went, all right. And then I talked to her again because I was like, okay, well now maybe I can warn her. Maybe she needed to say that, like it was a flag, like, oh, you're so good with the railroad that flag, you can now join them. So she then looks at me and goes, hey, you're with the Minutemen. You should really be with the railroad. And I went, lady, no.
Yeah.
And then I talked to her again, and she went, hey, you're with the Minutemen. You should really be with the railroad. And I realized something. In that moment, on the third try, I had no option.
Yeah.
This lady would not give me the option to warn her about her impending doom.
Because there was an option. That is to join them, which would be to warn them and go with the railroad ending.
But I don't want to join them. I just
wanted to warn them.
I just wanted to be a decent person and warn them.
Yeah, which feels weird because I feel like I was able to do things like that on my quest at the end.
So at this point, I gave up a little bit. I stopped playing the game like how I play RPGs. For the first time, this is a note that I wrote down, very distinct. I've never done something like this where I just stopped caring entirely.
You stopped role-playing.
I stopped role-playing. I never don't, even in games that don't have RPG elements, I role-play usually, like...
Yeah, but there's no role-playing here.
None.
So
I joined the Brotherhood, who
sense.
seemed fun, at the very least. And they are. Because I'm going to skip really far ahead a little bit.
Sure.
Brotherhood, well, first and foremost, Brotherhood hate synths, which I don't. I mean, again, I walked around their whole airship with a synth who seemed perfectly happy to be there with these people who wanted to straight murder her. So whatever, I guess.
What a perplexing game.
I'm sorry. It kills me. It really does.
Such little effort and I know that's such little effort because of Dance. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay. So real quick, just to set up your story. Paladin Dance is the person you meet in the police station who basically gives you access to the Brotherhood.
Yeah, he's the beginning of the Brotherhood quest.
Yeah, and he instates you into, or he lets you join the Brotherhood ranks at the rank of knight. Well, he doesn't really, but he vouches for you.
Yeah, he says you're pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I was like,
oh yeah, you're pretty awesome. And then we had sex.
It was great.
Great time. So there's a point that I'm skipping a lot because I don't really care.
No, it's fine.
It doesn't really matter, honestly. Where you find out that Dance is a synth, and he just disappears. And I was like, okay, well, good thing that synths don't really mean anything to the Brotherhood because I've been walking around here.
With one.
You go see him. Halen tells you, hey, he's right here. Just go there. I'm gonna go. Okay, let me go there.
And there's a humanizing part in the Brotherhood for once, kind of where Halen goes, look, I know I really believe in the Brotherhood. I believe in Dance. I don't care if he's a synth. And I was like, oh, that's nice. That's why I kind of like her.
Oh, that's another thing, as the moment before that, where you cannot be good. There's a conversation with another character where you can't be nice about Dance. You have to be an asshole.
Oh, I noticed that.
You have to be an asshole. And Halen has to convince you not to be an asshole. And I went, but I'm not an asshole. I have a synth with me. This makes no sense. You're not letting me be who I am in this game, which is why I killed my son, because I'm just like, this is who I am. I don't think that's my son. Ba-blam. Why can't I be nice? Why are all the choices on this wheel the same thing?
I don't think we've ever yelled this much on one of our shows.
I'm just so disappointed with this game.
Both of us, I keep noticing, because I'm doing it too, where I'm just yelling. I get so worked up about this game.
It's frustrating that I put this much time into a game to realize that I was railroaded to this point. Yeah.
Choo-choo.
I was going to say choo-choo as well. So Dance, real quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dance. You get him. He goes away. He's a synth. You go talk to him. You could choose to kill him. I almost did because I thought that would have been my character just doesn't give a shit about anything anymore. So I should just kill him.
To be fair, that's a reasonable... Dance's whole life is the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
He believes in their mission, even if he's a synth.
So much that he would let himself die for their mission, which is incredible.
Which is cool. Like, again, there's a couple standout characters. Like, Dance is one of them. Like, that's a legitimately cool moment where you go, this person has lived his whole life thinking that he was this person. And just because he finds out that he's a machine does not change the fact that he believes in the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Until you convince him not to, and then he doesn't anymore. But
but that's only if you get the luck of the fucking roll.
Yeah. That's true.
Which, if I remember right, there's 3 of them, and they all are yeses.
Yeah.
Anyway. Fucking stupid.
But it's a nice moment where you get to talk to Dance, and you get to do a character moment, which are so fucking few and far between in this game. You
can convince Maxim, the guy in charge of the Brotherhood.
Elder Maxim, who's the leader of the Brotherhood. He
goes, all right, fine, I won't kill him. But he can't come on the ship ever again. And if the Brotherhood sees him, we're going to kill him. And I went, okay. And so I added him to my party, and a little message popped up. You are now enemies with the Brotherhood.
Oh, that's
and I was
interesting.
Like,
I didn't know that.
Oh, that makes sense, because he's a synth. Why not my other synth companions?
Yeah. Why not the one that I'm...
Especially the one that looks like a synth.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I came up there with Nick at one point.
Curie, fine. Maybe they don't realize that she's a synth, even though she does nothing but
I'm going to
act
double
like
check.
one.
And I'll put it in the show notes if I'm wrong, and I don't mind
Okay.
doing that. But I'll take Nick up to the fucking Kremlin.
Kremlin. yeah, my flying gremlin.
What is it called?
The Pridwin.
Whatever. Fuck you. Yeah, the Pringle. The
Pringle.
Zeppelin.
Yeah,
the
the Pringle.
Pringle. The great big Pringle can in the sky. Might as well be what it is. It probably was an old, like, Pringles blimp that they converted into this piece of shit.
Kiri, by the way, your companions sometimes talk in conversation.
And she talks about being a robot constantly.
Not only that, because she's like, my sensors.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Like, cute, but you're around people who will fucking kill you, lady.
Everybody will kill you.
But she chimes in with the Ingram, who is the like tech person, who I won't even get into how her power armor works because I still don't understand it, and that's okay.
Because she has no legs. That
She has
makes
no
a lot of
legs,
sense.
and I'm pretty sure power armor requires those. So she walks around in a power armor frame, which is cool. You know, it's whatever.
It looks cool, but it doesn't make sense.
That's okay.
You gotta suspend your disbelief for just a moment.
Which is fine. Like that's one of those things. That's a little thing where the Brotherhood questline for the most part is good enough that I don't care. Like I'll suspend my disbelief with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But you have a chat with her and she says, "I'm going to go with you on this mission." And Kiri goes, "Oh, her and I can talk so much about science." And it's like, lady, she would kill you in an instant.
Yeah. I had
She
the same
hates you.
conversation.
Like,
And
why
then
is there so little attention to detail in this game? So little. You pointed out that room on the Pridwin that has just crushed cans all over it because it's just a texture and they just threw it on the ground because they didn't care.
Crushed soda cans. Fucking hate this game. We'll get to debris.
Sorry.
I know. We're almost to the end of this segment, which has gone on for way too long.
I know. I'm
It's
sorry.
fine. No, it's
So you walk around. You do. I'm doing the Brotherhood quest at this point.
yeah.
And then the moment comes where they go, "You have to kill the railroad." To which I had no option to say no to. First of all,
Yeah, you have to kill them
and then
if you're with the Brotherhood.
if you're with the Brotherhood, you have to kill the railroad.
They don't even give you the option to go help, like optionally help them,
No,
warn them or anything. It's great.
To which I went, hell yes. I was I had you, Jake. Did you see me be any happier playing this game than when I got to kill the railroad?
You looked like the very beginning of the game, if not happier.
Right? Like, I was so excited because these people stopped me from being, in my mind, in my caveman mind, these people, quote unquote, even though I know it's Bethesda, whatever, these railroad people killed my RPG experience.
Well, I just like that the Brotherhood was like, we're not going to give you the choice. You just fucking kill him. I was like, good, I'll kill him, whatever. I mean, I have to make a choice to be with the Brotherhood or not. Fine, not, oh, I can pussyfoot this and join the Railroad instead. Like, I don't know.
So I went in with Nick Valentine, who is A, a synth, B, general nice guy, and C, apparently fucking loves killing the railroad, just like me. So I went in with him, and he was just like, railroad people, no problem. Pew, 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 pew. Killed all of them.
It's these moments right here towards the end that really breaks this game. Like, you are a god.
First of all, yeah, I killed every single person with
But,
one
like,
shot.
beyond that, like, everyone you meet is your friend. No matter how fucking horrible you are. They don't care. They'll deal with it. They'll go, oh, I didn't like that. It doesn't do anything.
Well, there's not a karma system anymore.
It
But
doesn't-
there is a karma system. Like, if you're with a companion and you kill normal people, they'll get upset with you. But if you're with a companion and you kill what the game deems as enemies,
Yeah.
they're fine.
They don't care.
Even though you would think that Nick or Curie or Codsworth or someone might have a problem with you siding with the Brotherhood, everyone just goes, okay.
It should have been Nick should have stopped being a companion.
Nick and Curie.
Kiri not so much because she's a retarded robot that you fuck.
It's very true.
You know what I'm saying? Like that one I can be fine with. But Nick is impassioned. Like he's this really good guy who helped people.
Yeah.
That's all he cares about.
And that's all the railroad is doing. They're helping
And so
people.
he should go, I don't like you should have killed them and Nick should have become an enemy. Like the next time he sees you, he tries to kill you, or he just doesn't talk to you anymore.
He just goes, "Hey, listen, I heard you're a big butthole."
Yeah, I'm not going to be your companion. Like, let me lose companions. I want my choices to mean something.
Do you realize how shocked I am that you told me that dance makes the Brotherhood enemies with you?
Yeah, because I didn't know if you tried it. Because
I hadn't. I had no idea.
The only reason I tried it was to do a Minutemen quest, because I tried to cheese it.
Nice.
So, I also joined the Brotherhood, only because the Minutemen sounded really boring.
And were they?
Yes. Entirely. But that's how I finished the game, was Minutemen, because I didn't want to do Fallout 3's ending.
Which is the one I got.
Yeah,
Also, it is Fallout 3's ending.
Yeah.
Only worse.
I was like, Fallout 3's ending? Or maybe the original ending, because it's the Minutemen. No, it's the same ending as the other two endings. Spoilers. All endings lead same road.
Yeah. They build a fucking atomic bomb, which Sturgis just makes because he's magic, too.
Yeah, so I went with the Minutemen ending. The end.
Yeah. Okay. let me talk about.
Well, let me just do my quick little thing, because I think yours is way more better than my ending.
Well,
I just want to talk about the lead up to the ending.
Okay.
Real quick.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I did all the Brotherhood quests. Boring.
Don't talk about the Institute.
I won't. Okay, so we go to the castle. The castle is like our thing, our base. And so I went there and I fought a bunch of robots, and it was really hard. And I went, no, this is really hard. I got a really great idea, because I can send my companions anywhere. All of my little places, I'll send them all to the castle. It'll be great. So all my invincible companions will beat the shit out of all these robots, and I won't have to do anything. So I take on the arduous task of locating all my companions, because they aren't where I left them anymore. I don't know why. They're just not where I left them. So I went and found... there was 2 at Sanctuary where they were all supposed to be. All of them should have been there, but they weren't. And I sent them all to the castle. I sent those to the castle. I went to the big city. I went to Diamond City to look for Piper. And Piper was, hey, the mayor's a synth. And I went, I don't care. And she's like, we gotta solve. I'm like, all right, fine, we'll solve. All right, he's dead now. Let's go fucking go to the castle.
Yeah, great, Piper. Yeah, okay, I shot him. Are you happy? Let's go.
She's like, the truth. And I'm like, yeah, I got it. Fuck off. So, I did that. I went and I looked it up, because I knew it was at the end of the game, so it didn't matter. I looked up where the other companions were. Or just one, because I wanted the... Super Mutant, yeah. That was the only one I wanted. And I was like, oh, yeah, that was a quest I wanted to do, and I just forgot about. So I went and did that quest, and it was kind of fun, actually. Got him. I don't know what his motivations are. He just goes to the castle.
Yeah, he's just like, strong your companion now.
Yeah.
Strong no Shakespeare.
So that's stupid. What else happened? I got Dance. I went to Dance. That's how I found out that he is... me and him become hated by the Brotherhood if he joins my party.
If you say no through the fucking ether as well.
Yeah, whatever. Well, it's if they see you, it makes sense. I get it, and he's got fucking XO1 armor on, and I was like, what a fucking badass. So
where'd he get that? Who cares?
So I send all these people to the castle. I'm so excited. I go to the castle. 2 of my companions are there. 2. I have like all of them, except maybe 1 or 2 that don't matter. I got Kate, too. I went and got her. I have Curry. I got them all. Only 2 of them appear. Nick and Strong. And I think Strong only appears because he's the latest. And Kate's there because she's my current companion. So where's everybody else? Where's Dogmeat? Where's Curry? Where's Preston is there, I guess.
Technically, yeah.
But barely. He doesn't do anything. And I feel like there's other people that are just not there. Codsworth wasn't there. So this battle goes on and on. It takes forever. I hated every moment of it. I almost ran out of ammo. I started using all my mini nukes because I just didn't care anymore. Everything's so pointless. And then Curry shows up. And I know she shows up because she has a baseball bat that makes sounds. She starts beating shit up. And I'm just like, I wanted this to be so cool. And it's just so lame.
It's just so lame.
It's just incredibly lame. And you had to invest so much time into Minutemen to make that any better, because you need resources, and there's none. Like, which is why I was doing Brotherhood quests.
which have flavor and are fun.
But the Brotherhood made me kick out Dance, and I didn't want to fucking play Fallout 3's ending, so...
Yeah.
And
So-
I couldn't do Institute because I'd killed my son, Dad. And Railroad, I murdered the shit out of because why not? It sounded really fun, and it really was.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think that's the most fun I had in the whole game was murdering them.
So yeah, then I did all that, and guess what? Now you go to the Institute, which I'll let you talk about because it's better than my version of the Institute.
Well, real quick, to get to the Institute, the Brotherhood's whole quest, kill the Institute. So how I go about doing that is I steal one of the Institute's scientists. By stealing, I mean I walk into the Institute, which I can freely teleport to. Also, yeah, I can freely teleport to the Institute at this point. So I freely teleport into the Institute. I go up, I talk to Madison Lee, who is from Fallout 3. So this makes this even more insane. I talk to her. I go, hey, Brotherhood wants you back. And she goes, no, they're horrible. And I go, yeah, Brotherhood wants you back. And she goes, well, I don't believe you. And you go, you can trust me. And she goes, well, Father trusts you, so I'll trust you. Which makes no sense because I'm telling her to leave the Institute and be a part of the Brotherhood.
yeah.
So why Father's trust in me means anything to her baffles me to no end. So,
Good right.
because that part, we were playing at the same time. That part came up, and I had to look at Jake and go, I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. I've become so lost that things are just happening. Like, they go get the scientist, and I just do it. It doesn't make any sense. And I just go, okay, I got her. I did it.
I did that same sequence, but because I couldn't go to the Institute.
Yeah, they just give you
made
a
me go to
different scientist, which
who's
I could have
shitty.
done first.
Like, why not just do that? Why this callback? That's pointless.
This callback so that we can continue to build Liberty Prime,
Yeah.
who is the robot from Fallout 3, who I like.
I don't.
I know you don't. It's
He's another game-breaking piece of shit. Story-breaking piece of shit.
he's just dumb because, of course, they had to get all the Fallout. They had to get Madison Lee from Fallout 3. They had to get the Brotherhood. They had to get Liberty Prime, and then
I'm surprised the Enclave isn't in this game.
me too. Honestly,
I was waiting for it to become the Institute's actually the Enclave.
Yeah, me too.
And President Eden's still alive.
Yeah,
Here's this modified FEV, and I go, no!
They've been working on a water purifier.
Yeah.
I was really waiting for all that stuff to come out. It would have, but they had to release the game, and Todd only had so much Todd time left in him. He could not beat that much out of them. He could only get the son into the father thing. That's all the time he had left because he hadn't. He said make Fallout 4, and he walked away, and he came back and went, What have you guys done to my pristine story?
Where's the part where, there's a water purifier that can just purify a modified FEV right out of it because it's a water purifier?
Don't even bother. Fallout 3 is a whole nother can of worms. Anyway, so Liberty Prime, and you would be you'd be excused if during this next part you forgot and thought that I was still talking about Fallout 3. So you walk with Liberty Prime to the end goal as he talks
the water
about
purifier.
it might as well be like you walk with him to the end goal where he spouts communist shit, like anti-communist stuff, which is entertaining for the first 10 minutes, and then it goes on forever.
The first 10 minutes when you played it in Fallout 3.
Yeah. It's nice to see him again. Like, hey, one of the only things I like from Fallout 3, it's back.
I just wish he was a cameo, and then he broke, and then he did something else. Which
That
I
would
think
have
been.
It would have been a lot funnier.
Like, this is what they're relying on because it works so well.
Yeah.
And it just fails, and they have to go, oh, well, fuck, we'll do it
We'll just
different.
crash the Pridwin into it. That'd have been much better.
They crash all their fucking vertebrates, so... Fucking hell.
Anyway,
we didn't even talk about those awful pieces of shit.
You walk with Liberty Prime, and he goes, communism is failure, as he blows up a bunch of enemies. So that's Fallout 3. Fallout 4 is you walk with Liberty Prime, and he goes, communism is failure, and he blows up a bunch of enemies. So, same thing. You walk up to where the Institute is. He blasts his fucking eye lasers into infinity and beyond. And you dig a hole to the Institute. I'm going to keep going, and then you're going to talk about your Institute and how much different it is than mine. Okay?
Okay.
So he blasts a fucking hole right through the Institute. Now this section, it's not cool, but at least I'm having a little bit of fun because I'm walking around with Brotherhood people, and they all have Gatling lasers, and we just, for a minute, Bethesda's version of the Brotherhood is just Warhammer Marines. That's all they are. They're just Warhammer 40k Marines. Like, you go in and you just purge everything, it feels like. You are just 5 walking battle tanks, and you just walk in and you just keep killing shit, and it feels good for a minute. You go up, you talk to father, son, and he goes, I'm dying. And you go, I'm really sorry. And he goes, no, you're not. And you go, guess not.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't have an option, so I guess I'm not sorry. And then you go, well, we're going to kill everyone. You might as well give me a password that shuts off some synths. I don't know how that helps me from killing anyone, but it might. Who knows? You should try. So he gives me that. I turn off some synths, even though there are more synths right away. And when I watched you do it, those synths weren't even there that were turned off. So it meant nothing. Anyway, and then you get to a reactor, and you put a bomb on the reactor that Elder Maxon gives you, and then you teleport away, and you watch it blow up, and he goes, good job. And then the ending plays.
Okay, I'll get to that.
Yeah. We'll talk about the ending.
Yeah, we're almost there. Let me talk about my institute real fast. So, hey, there's an entrance.
For some reason, I forgot again.
Hey, you know this building that doesn't have an entrance? There's an entrance.
There's an entrance.
Yeah, and it's big enough that, you could probably walk an entire army in there. It's pretty big. So you go in the entrance to the institute. No teleportation needed. Just walk right in. All right, now you're in. Cool, teleport people in. They could have just walked in with you. No, you got to teleport them in. Why? Who knows? Who cares? Now they're in. Hey, choose to kill people? I chose to kill people.
Oh, I'm sorry, real quick. I didn't have a choice to kill people. Brotherhood don't give a fuck. Yeah. They killed everyone. I was having a blast.
I couldn't turn off any of these extra scents, but I could spare people. And I said, no, they're horrible. We are destroying them for a reason. Why would I let all the people go to open up another institute? That doesn't make any sense.
That's true.
That doesn't make sense. These people are evil. We only know them as evil. I killed their leader. Why am I going to spare any of these fucks? So, killed them all. Whatever. I don't care. The Minutemen wanted to invade. What do they expect to happen other than straight murder? So, hey, I murdered them all. Cool. Get to the end. Hey, I ran into the reactor room, put a bomb in. I ran right back out. I didn't really fight anything.
Wait. You missed the part where you walked past your dead son's corpse.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
That was just laying there still.
With new clothes on. Someone dressed him. Why? Beyond me. I don't really know.
But you walk right past him.
Right by his dead, awful body.
No consequence. That's literally the only difference between leaving the Institute and going, I don't believe you, Sean, and leaving, and I don't believe you, Sean, killing him, and coming back. The only difference is you get to walk past his corpse and go, oh, that's still there.
And with clothes on now.
With clothes on.
Because I took them off. That's what infuriates me the most. Clearly they remodeled him dead there. Whatever. Because you have the choice to kill him.
Oh, but you got a magic bomb from Sturgis.
Got a bomb. I don't know how he got it.
The Brotherhood makes this bomb.
Yeah. Well, we stole it from the Brotherhood.
Oh, do you actually?
No, I don't know. I just made that up.
Okay.
I was trying
Sturgis
to
makes it because Sturgis is magic.
Yeah, he can do anything.
He's just like, well, I can build a reactor. Yeah. I can do anything. So he builds a fucking teleportation device out of paper clips. Like, he should be so stupid as a character.
But so talented. I love him. I run in, I run out. That's all I've done for this whole part.
I fought my way through a bunch of synths in this part. And I'm watching Jake as he does this. And he goes, you think I can just run in? And I go, yeah, I bet you can. And he just runs past every single one, throws that shit onto the reactor, and just teleports away with no fucks at all.
Why bother even fighting? Why even make a combat encounter here? Why any combat encounters in this game? Anyway, you teleport to the top of a building, and you watch an explosion. And then the Minuteman, I forgot his name.
Preston.
Guy Harvey goes...
Guy Harvey?
Yeah, like the t-shirts. His name's Preston Gravy.
It is? I thought it was just Preston. Okay, whatever. Go on.
Your face. It's not gravy, but whatever.
Preston Gravy. I believed you, so.
It's something with a G. I can't think of it right now. So he's like, we got all those people out, right? And I was like, no, we went in to kill them. And he's like, oh no, people are going to hate the Minutemen. Oh well,
Really like. Well, to be fair, how it actually went for you was you got all the people right. No, and went. Oh no, this is gonna be a stain on the Minutemen. You let all those people out, right? Didn't you? No, Preston. No, I didn't. Oh, that's gonna be really bad. You let all those people out, right? Preston, what? His dialogue just kept looping over and over again. That's not even counting the time where, in the middle of invading the Institute,
That
you
was the
handed
worst.
Jake hands in 2 quests to him. He goes, look, 4?
I did it twice. I
Oh,
did
yeah,
two
yeah.
quests twice. And
So-
got experience for it each time.
So he walks up to him and he goes, look, I know we're in the middle of invading the most important institute. I don't know why the Minutemen hate the Institute so much, but apparently they do. So,
I didn't know the motivations for it, so don't worry.
So, like, at least the brother had a motivation. Anyway, he goes, I know we're in the middle of invading, but I cleared out that town of ghouls. And Preston goes, good job, in his fucking horrible voice acting bullshit. And then you go, I also cleared out a water thing, or I cleared another, or found a settlement, or I did a thing. And he goes, good job. And then he just stopped talking to you. And it was great, and you couldn't continue, and you had to reload the save.
The worst part is I already turned those in.
I think that's the best part.
Like, I turned them in.
It's not the worst part. It's
Well,
the best part.
I turned them in. We go on this adventure. It fucks up, and that's all he wants. He will not accept any new conversation.
Yeah, now he's just walking around the institute going, yeah?
And he doesn't walk. He just stands there. I'm trapped. I
Yeah?
have to reload my save and pray that it's close.
Yeah. As Kiri sits on the ground,
Yeah.
not moving also, for some reason.
I had the worst experience with this fucking game, I swear.
So, hey, which ending did you get?
I got the one where everything is inconsequential and you walk away as a different man.
Hey, me too.
Yeah, because it's like, hey, you did all this stuff. We're going to show you a video
A pre-rendered video.
of something that has nothing to do with what you did. And I went, oh, that's it?
Now, for you, you played as a white guy with standard hair. I played as a girl with a smaller frame and short hair. The fucking lady in my ending had a bigger frame than me and long hair and was just a different person.
I don't understand why the end of this game decided that I need to be wearing my vault suit, which is only memories of an awful place, and why I got a haircut that's different than my haircut.
And I built up Sanctuary, apparently, which is a place I didn't give a shit about because the building in this game is so horrible.
I want to know what happens if you change your skin color,
I was curious about that too. Do I stay white? Like,
right? This game is awful.
They didn't. I was already insulted by that. I could not believe that they took 46 hours of my life and what they gave me back was a pre-rendered cutscene of not even my character and not even my sanctuary doing shit that not even I would do.
Because you don't care about it. You didn't do anything for that place. You didn't do anything for
I
Sanctuary.
didn't do shit for them.
I did the bare minimum. I mean, I built a little wall and I went, fuck it. And I just left this shitty wall up for the rest of my game.
I was insulted at that. Like, it's very, very shitty that they did that. When even Fallout 3 has a better ending. Where at least they show you pictures of shit that you did.
Yeah.
At least that matters, kind of.
Here's a little lamplight.
Yeah, here's
Remember
a little
that best part of the game?
But, like, they still, like, the little things that you did, they at least flash some pictures. It's not New Vegas where they tell you how everything ends. They go, oh, okay, you did it with this ending. Like, the ending doesn't even care that I did Brotherhood versus Railroad versus Minutemen. It barely cares that if I did Institute. It doesn't give a shit. Like, the end result is the same. I stand on this building and I watch this place blow up. Except in the Institute end, where I get the exact... Ugh. Okay, I'm going to talk about that in 1 second. At this point, I'm upset. I'm just upset that, like, the game that came previous had such a good, and not even good, such a serviceable ending, where they said, okay, here are your choices, here are the things you did, here's where your companions ended up, here's this, here's that, like, oh, thank you, I get some closure to these things and my game ends. Good.
Yeah.
That made me feel good in New Vegas. It's not perfect. It's just still images with some fucking text.
Mm-hmm.
That's better than nothing. And then you and I said, I wonder what the Institute end is. And I went from upset to straight up appalled that they did that.
Same ending.
They changed one line. They go, I lost Sean twice because he dies.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Sean dies.
Well, I didn't want to take my robot son with me. He's like, hey, take me with you. And I'm like, no. And
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
I just left him.
Robot son comes in. He's like, you're my mom or dad now.
Yeah,
And you're like, what do you mean? You didn't believe that before. And he's like, no, I believe it. I'm your son. And you either go, okay, or you go, no.
And you have to really say no because everybody's pissed at you for saying...
Even the Brotherhood. Well, to be fair, then you say he's a synth, and then they go, yeah, okay, purge the fuck out of him.
What a bad... Versus the Minutemen are like, why? He's your son. And I go, no, he's a robot. Who cares? He's a robot. What a fucking dumb moment that is.
I even forgot it existed. But yeah, the Minutemen, or I'm sorry, the Institute ending cutscene that you get is the same cutscene with a single line of dialogue changed.
You blow up. Doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes sense in this fucking game.
And then it ends with war. War never changes.
Wait, war never changes? There was a war?
Where are these fucking wars in Fallout games?
Yeah.
The only thing that came close to a war is New Vegas.
Yeah, that one had a war.
Yeah.
And the only war in Fallout 3 is when you go play Operation Anchorage. Which is a simulation. It's not even the real war.
Well, to be fair, in Fallout 3, at least it's kind of like, oh, it's Brotherhood versus Enclave. Here, it's like, there's not really a war going on. Brotherhood come and they kind of go...
It's not a war in that either because it's just
war's
a battle.
Changed. I don't even know if we can continue. Like, we have pages
of problems.
Of notes and issues with this game.
I mean, we might have to take a small break because I do need to use the restroom.
I'd like to say really quick, I hate this game more than it deserves to be hated. I understand that, and I'm the first person to admit it. But it did something no RPG has ever done to me before. Take away all of my choices. Every single, like, bam, bam, bam. With the railroad thing, the whole ending sequence, realizing that the Institute and my end are the same end, basically. It took everything away. And I hate it more than other games that are worse.
Fallout 3 is worse, but yet it has two endings.
I hate this game more than I hate Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is a vastly inferior game to this.
Yeah.
And yet, this one, I on an emotional level, I hate. On an objective level, Fallout 3 is better. Fallout 4 is pretty good. It's a pretty good improvement over Fallout 3. But I hate it on an emotional level. Completely subjectively, I hate it. Like I said, it did something that not a lot of games do to me. It made me feel a really strong emotion. Hate. For the characters, for the creative... I get it. It's a big, crafted world, even though it's not really. It's a big, crafted world. I don't care. None of the shit makes any sense. None of it. None of it makes... You saw me the night when I beat it. Like... I was emotionally drained just from the fact that, like, I couldn't believe this game gave me so much illusion of choice. And not even the Mass Effect way, where Mass Effect gives you the illusion of choice, but it gives you the illusion of choice, and you know what you're getting into. You know you're getting the illusion of choice.
Yeah.
This game gives you the illusion of choice, and then just fucks you. Just says, no, you don't even get the illusion anymore. We're not even pretending.
We're going to bend you over and fuck you. There is no alternative to that.
Yeah.
You're going to be bent over.
And Fisto is going to come to your house.
And that's it. There is no choices in the entire game. The choices that you do make are meaningless because you, like PJ said, oh, I'll turn off these extra robots. I didn't have extra robots. Like, the choice doesn't matter if you do it or not. So what's the fucking point of anything?
Maybe, it's possible. I'm going to say this right now. It's possible I hate this game more because we came off of 2 games where your choice means a lot.
Yeah, entirely.
Papers, Please. 20 endings. Your choices matter in that game. From a gameplay perspective, from a story perspective, your choices matter.
Yes.
Undertale, your choices matter constantly.
Yeah.
Non-stop. Your choices, even when you go back and change your choices, they matter. Like,
yes.
This game has less... This game... And I'm going to say this one last thing, and then maybe we should take a break. This game, Bethesda RPGs are supposed to be the open world, free-form storytelling, 200 endings games. That's what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
This game has less endings than Persona 4, which is a fucking JRPG. The poster child for singular endings. You can only do this.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be able to compare this game and such a linear game and come out with the linear... Why do I keep saying that? It's so weird. Linear?
Linear. Arisa. Call back. Good thing I left that in the episode. So, Persona, not a lot of choice in that game.
Well, I mean, you get to choose who you hang out with.
Sure. But it's straightforward.
Yeah.
It's a whole year.
Yeah. It's less, but
like, whatever, you know what I mean? It's like, that's it, and it's always going to be the same no matter how you play it, technically. You just do a couple things each day, and blah, blah, blah. This game is open world.
Yep.
To the greatest extent of that. And everything you do is pointless. Even to the point where we were doing different things. But once you do one thing, you're just... Now you're on the same... Like, if you do any of the main quest stuff, it's all the same path. Once you...
To be fair, I mean, Brotherhood splits pretty hard. Like, you do different things. I mean, they consist of the same thing. You just shoot things.
But, like...
Everything is just shoot thing.
Why was I able to complete Minutemen and Brotherhood almost completely to the last mission? Like,
why does Chrono Trigger have more endings in this game?
Why does... And that's an RPG for Super Nintendo from the 90s.
Why does every single SMT... I know that I fucking jack this game off constantly. Why does every single SMT game have more endings that actually mean something than Fallout 4? They completely diverge in 3 different ways. Sometimes 4 or 5.
Yeah.
They completely diverge, and it's a JRPG. Again, the poster child for you get one ending, or you're going along the same path. Why does this game treat you so bad in the end?
I think part of the big problem with this game, there's no game over. That's one of the problems with all these games.
Yeah.
There's no game overs. You just die and you reload a save. There's no consequence to death, right? And that's the problem. That's why it has a finite ending, and why it doesn't experiment with other endings, because it knows that you'll just reload if you fuck up. Which is a shame, because, like I said, like killing my own son. I'm sorry, everyone that has to deal with me saying that, but that should have been an ending.
Yeah.
Or set me on a new path. The wild card path.
Yeah.
Where I take over Boston now.
Yep.
Or leave Boston entirely. Now I'm on the run from multiple factions, or something weird, like something crazy happens. Like, I killed him, so the underground's pissed because now this place is going to blow up. Something weird. Like, some crazy, wacky shit could have happened. Instead, I just leave. With no consequence.
The reload the save thing, just make the split happen earlier. Give me less quests. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with less quests. Make the split happen earlier, and it actually funnel into different endings. I can't think of another game that did that. Yes, I can. It's New Vegas.
You have to choose. Let me make my choices mean something. Why can't I get done with Brotherhood and go, never mind, and go do... Like, I want to feel like my choices have an impact on the world and myself. Knowing that, because everybody knows that they save 1,000 saves for these games, I want to make it inconvenient to go back and change my mind.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, you make the split early, and you're not going to go back, because you're going to have to go back so far. You might as well have started a new character.
But that's the thing with this game, is it doesn't care.
No.
That's why you have unlimited leveling.
Like I said, it doesn't care.
So why should I?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I stopped. I wanted to be into it, and it was just like, everything is the same thing. Oh, it's like playing a single-player MMO.
Yes. It is the newer Bethesda games are very similar.
It's like they took their MMO and said, "Oh, this is perfect. Slap on a Fallout 4 story. Done."
When we return,
Jesus.
we're going to talk about New Vegas. A lot, probably.
Yeah.
Ghouls. Debris. Here, let me look at your thing.
Yeah.
Ghouls, debris. Here, let me look at these fucking notes. Perks, 200 years. Other fucking scribbles that I can't fucking read.
Yo, I don't know why you chose to read that one. This one's better.
Factions. Oh, the combat zone. Endless combat. We're gonna talk. We have things. My name's on here even.
Yeah, that's what's her face. You're tied to this.
Tied to this Blaze kid.
That's why I wrote it down just for you.
So when we return, Goodnight Channel will take you to the cosmos.
Fuck off.
I don't know why I became Carl Sagan.
Why'd you become JonTron when he makes those references?
Wait, he makes Carl Sagan references?
No.
Does he actually?
No, he doesn't.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I gotta go to the bathroom so
Go
bad.
to the bathroom. You turn this off for 1 second so I have a fucking stopping point.
Did the news get around about a guy named Butcher Pete? Old Pete just flew into this town and he's chopping up all the women's meat. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking and whacking and smacking.
Like it's like someone was like, "Oh, this will be cool. It's cute. It's a lot like Fallout 3, but it's a little bit different." And Todd came in, he kicked the door in, right? And he went, "You, what are you working on?" And they're like, I already put this all into the game somehow. I put this all into the game somehow, but I thought it'd be cool if maybe this time it'd be, son, you're the dad and you have to go find the son. And then Todd took off his belt, his studded belt, and he beats the shit out of this guy.
Who's probably just an intern.
Yeah, he beats because I can't imagine these stories being written by anyone who's not an intern at this point.
Beats him to within an inch of his life.
Todd beats him to almost death, and then he lifts the guy's head up, just a puddle of blood and death at this point. Lifts his head up. What the fuck did you say? And then he looks at the other intern in the room who's pouring him his morning cup of coffee, Todd's morning cup of coffee, and he goes, "What are you doing today?" And he goes, "Nothing, sir. I'm so sorry." And he goes, "You're gonna finish writing this story." And he goes, "Sir, we've already put so much of it into the game. I can't fit." Make him a dad. Make him a dad. You don't have a choice. And then he takes the belt, one final strike, just to send the point home. Kills the guy right then and there. And then he tosses the belt to the guy and he goes, "Make him a dad." And he walks out of the room. That's what happens, I assume, at Bethesda. So now your son is a dad. Go on. It's Todd time, man.
Wow. 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 Wow.